Hey, just me, role-playing public. We're playing Masks of Nyarlathotep, London. It's been a while, so we, in the last session, the Brotherhood of the Black Pharaoh was torn apart by civil war, stoked by the machinations of the investigators. Of course, they paid their own price, as Monsignor Killjoy martyred himself to save the life of his friend, the reporter. Was it Patrick?
Patrick O'Bannon.
Patrick O'Bannon. And the investigators realized that they probably should take a short vacation to the countryside. Lest the cultists, the remnants of the cult are now undoubtedly hunting for you, and it's only a matter of time before they find you.
Our cultist heat rating went up.
It did. It totes did. So you flee to the countryside to pursue one lead that Jackson Elias apparently was looking into before he left, which is the reports of an animal attack in a strange animal mall out in the moors. So you take your meager possessions and your weapons and your notes and your the dream plate, which you still have, and the strange mirror, which I believe you still have, that you took from the Egyptian shop, Mr. Saeed. El Saeed.
Yeah, I don't think we've done anything else with it.
We've got it wrapped up.
You got it wrapped up. You haven't looked into it. You don't.
No.
We haven't tried to.
You did research it, and you did find out it had a divination and an attack property, but it required alchemical ingredients, which you would have to make because you did not find them or did not take them with you when you burgled the artifact. Or maybe you did. I don't know.
No.
It's on your sheet. Okay, you
just took the mirror.
just took the mirror. All right. Fair enough. So you go off to Derbyshire. It is 130 miles north of London via the Midland Railway. Besides Derby flows the river Derwent. To the north of Derby is the village of Derwent, within which the news story took place. So you stop at the St. Pancras station, about 3/4 of a mile north of the. You leave from there, and then you reach Lesser Edel. Just to recall this, police baffled the news story that Jackson Elias pulled up. Was headlined: "Police baffled by monstrous murders, inhuman killer shot but still alive." Valleys of the Derwent residents shocked everywhere months ago by 2 murders and a serious assault on a 3rd victim, still without explanation or perpetrator of the dreadful attacks. And so that goes on that the creature was shot by a constable, and that's it. That was the last news story you heard about it. But Jackson apparently was interested in this, and you're not quite sure. You don't believe he went here. He just looked up the news story. He probably didn't have time. So you reach the village of Lesser Edel. It is as beautiful as its setting. There are about 30 homes in the village, including 2 which still have thatch for roofing. There is the Laughing Horse Pub, the Pitchluck Modern Mercantile Store, a small modern church, Anglican, of course, and a veterinarian clinic serving the Upper Valley, adjacent valleys. There is a bus service, and as you stop in, the atmosphere at the Laughing Horse, obviously your first stop, is friendly and curious, for not many visitors come here. So the innkeeper looks at you, greets you, you have breakfast, and you all...
I poke at the blood pudding.
Yes, you poke at the blood pudding.
Really
make a stability check. It is clearly not of this world.
I fail.
Of course, American food was not much to write home about back in 1925, but everything boiled less. Yeah,
it'll be fine. Just deep fry it.
I don't understand this. It obviously doesn't come out of the automat.
Yeah.
No, that's not very good.
Sausages are nice, though. Still don't understand tomatoes for breakfast.
So, the innkeeper, which he is actually not named in here, or maybe I'm just not finding it.
Question for my notes.
Yes.
So I had written down that the murdered victims were George Osgood and Lydia Perkins, and that Harold Short was almost killed.
Yes, that is correct. So you have 3 names you could look up.
Four.
and,
The constable.
yes,
Or is that
Constable.
Harold?
No.
Constable Tumwell. He actually walks in as you are breakfasting.
Freaking Hobbit. Isn't he?
Well,
He is very much a Bobby with the mustache and pith helmet, and or not pith, but you know that. I don't know what do you call the constable.
transported to Kenya.
Well, it's a British
Shall we
and it's
go out into the
helmety.
bush?
Like, what else are you going to call it? I don't know what the
British Bobby's hat?
A Bobby's hat, sure.
Yeah, why not?
I'm sure we'll get many comments on this.
Although-
so he
Bobby's
comes.
just the police force of London?
Technically.
Yeah.
Well, he's a
At any rate,
constable.
he's
It's
a
a
police
nickname.
officer.
Yeah.
I actually wasn't going to
He's
be
a
pedantic
constable.
this time. So.
It's okay if I do it, it's not my specialty. Well,
Break out the rum, and this will
history,
become a different game.
not petty.
So he is there. He's actually stops by. He says, "Oh, hello. We don't get many visitors around here. Are you just out to enjoy the countryside?"
Something like that.
Yeah. Our business took a turn for the less profitable in London, so we thought we'd come out and get some fresh air.
Oh, yes,
Clear
good
our
perspective.
heads.
I mean, the city is quite maddening.
Oh, yes.
Far you want to be far away from those maddening crowds.
Yes.
So, what better place than the pastoral beauty of this of our Val?
Indeed.
So you can ask him questions if you want. Certainly, he probably has answered questions about the incident before.
I say, are you perchance the Constable Tumwell that I have heard of?
Oh, have you been reading the papers? Have you?
Well, as a businessman, it's
Yes, I was. It must have been a wild dog. I know I heard a squeal when I shot it with a shotgun. I was out, and it was a solid hit. And I saw blood stains, and it must have gone off. But it was night. I'm not. The eyes don't see as well in the dark as I used to, so I couldn't track it. But no beast could survive a shot like that. It must be dead, buried in some hole, and undoubtedly the farmer will find it. When it's
buried.
Well, you know what I mean. There are
Turn a phrase.
yes. There used to be mines around here, so there are some. You want to be careful when you walk around at night, just so you don't fall in a hole.
Point well taken.
Yes. But yes, it's we haven't had an attack since. Poor Harold. Clearly it was just an unfortunate incident. Hopefully the last of it. Well, of course the last of it. Yes. Anyway.
What were the nature of Harold's injuries? Osgood's the one who survived, correct?
Harold. Harold Short was nearly
Harold
killed.
Short.
Yeah,
Short, sorry.
Harold Short was nearly killed, managed to drive off a grisly creature, which he swore to be man-like, but not human. But Constable Tumwell found Mr. Short, and took him to safety, but not before shooting the beast, and believing that he killed it, although no body was found.
But what were the nature of Harold's wounds?
Oh, we had the vet patch him up because he's good with the needle, and I believe he served as a medic in the war. So he said it were bite wounds, claw wounds, that sort of thing.
Okay.
I'm not a medical man myself, but I mean, he said it must have been a huge dog. It was,
There goes that theory.
yes, I'm not quite sure. I mean, if you okay, there's not much else aside from enjoying the scenery. If you want to play Sherlock Holmes,
Track down the hound of the baskerville.
yes. Certainly, we could tourism contort our little village. So,
Glad to hear you not being secretive about such a thing.
well, there's nothing to be secret about. It's just a bit of a curious incident, but it's hard.
Curious incident of the dog at midnight.
So, if you have any other questions,
Wow, that happened.
That was special.
Where did you shoot the animal?
oh,
Show us where it was.
well, I have to
In
work.
the face. Hey-oh.
Well, I think in the face. I mean, I hit it. I didn't see it.
Can you point us in the direction of where it was?
In the hills, does anybody have any...
What about Doorsman?
Oh, yeah, outdoors. He gives you directions. You look out the window and you can follow approximately where he would have shot the beast.
He points out and says, "Yonder," and you know what he means.
It's pretty much that. You get a waypoint on your map. So, yeah. You can tell, Margaret, you can realize it will take a while to get there. It'll become, an hour, 2 hours of hiking. Get up on
my
top
riding
of it.
skill.
You could rent a horse. Yeah, this is totes the place to get a horse.
So,
Yeah.
who do we talk to about a horse?
We don't have to do that.
We need to go see a man about a horse.
It's around the corner there.
Well, the vet.
Says the barkeep.
Or you could go to the horse dealer, John Parkins.
Oh.
So,
Come on down to Honest John's horses.
yes, he would be the man to talk to. They actually listed that there is a horse dealer, John Parkins.
Of course.
So buy a couple
Now I'm
horses.
imagining a gray Pinto.
Gotta watch out for those. Sometimes they explode.
Wow. Yeah, the Europeans brought a Pinto back from the future.
No,
No.
the horse.
No.
Oh, well,
It's
Pinto is a
play.
horse.
I know,
Yeah,
but
okay.
anyway.
Layers upon layers, Ross.
There are Yithians in this campaign. The time travels cannot be ruled out. Anyway,
I think. Well,
yeah. When you talk about Pintos exploding, it's kind of like,
Well,
yeah,
again,
I know.
layers upon layers.
it's dramatic irony, Ross. Dramatic irony.
Anyway, moving on.
So we're going to go buy some horses?
You can rent a horse if you want to go.
If we really want to know that much about the guy's injuries, is the word I'm looking for. We could talk to the vet.
There are a couple other villages in there. You could get the gossip, and now certainly that you've been seen talking to the constable about the
Or we could just get
Incident.
the word
They-
straight from the horse's mouth.
somebody with a point. Actually,
Streetwise?
streetwise oral history would actually be perfect.
Hey!
Oral history would be perfect to get their tales and buying them. Breakfast that kind of thing.
I've got oral history.
I've got oral history.
1 point spin. So one person can do it. It'll take them a while, but that other people can go out and do that, so you can get their
Should
source.
probably do it. They're more likely to talk to you.
All right.
Why is... Oh, never mind.
Asian
Irish.
Still.
point.
Well, they're
Britannia.
not particularly,
We're not
Well,
exactly
level.
in Scotland yet.
Yeah.
So...
We
they're
did go north.
yeah, they're rather genteel here.
130 miles of England is a lot of it.
That's true.
You
we
would've
didn't go
loved it.
towards Wales, so
Yeah.
we can still understand them.
Or
Anyway,
Yorkshire.
So I will make a spend of
right.
oral history.
all right. So you will. I'll do that to you in a little bit, unless you guys just want to wait around for him to get the information, finish a very leisurely breakfast. Okay. So you eat.
Here, I'll take that blood pudding.
I'm stuck on it now. My boss's boss is a Londoner and
Yeah.
told us last week how Lincolnshire is the Ozarks of Britain.
No, that actually works.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything's pretty slow paced around
Sorry.
here.
I'm just I was stuck on that for a minute.
So you actually find out that the villagers, the constable's heavily downplaying the story. Most of the
Really?
villagers are fear that the monster, the word that they refer to, will return and affirm they still hear howls at the full moon. Full moon, they remind, is only one night away. One man swears he
How
caught a glimpse of the
convenient.
thing. No dog be walking around on his back paws. And no dog ever ripped bone for a bone in such a way as done to poor Lydia. And those of you with assess honesty can tell that Hubert has little reply to this. He is concerned for the truth, has gotten confused with his concern for his job and reputation. So Constable Tumwell will not be investigating this. He's got it figured out. But he can't be shooing investigators away.
Plastic bags.
Yeah, they're clearly plastic bags. So they're not. Yeah, we don't have a wild dog problem making graffiti. Night Vale, joke. Anyway, so That's they're apparently still hearing howls every full moon, so which is freaking people out, and which is tomorrow.
Oh dear.
Did any livestock go missing at any point before the attacks?
Let's see here.
Or during the attacks as well, around the same time?
They heard, actually, John Parkins was talking about something like that. He was actually the one who, his daughter was one of the ones murdered, Lydia Perkins.
Is John Parker the horse dealer?
Yes.
You need to go buy a horse.
He
Straight from the
apparently
horse's mouth.
said something about finding a dead animal before he saw his daughter. So. A trail of bloodshed, he said.
We could treat this straight up like a werewolf story and ask who's limping.
That's what I was trying to get at with what are the nature of Harold's wounds.
But if he was attacked by the...
But you
if
don't
it spreads.
No. You don't necessarily know if he had actually been attacked, if Tumwell was sort of covering it up. So I was asking the nature of his wounds, like if he had claw marks and bite marks instead of a gunshot wound. Because he might actually be the animal, and upon being shot...
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
Because
I
he's
say
the
we
only
talk
one
to
who
the vet
survived.
Well, you
and
could
the
ask the vet.
horse dealer.
So,
Well,
yeah.
To the vet.
To the vet. Alright, so... The vet. Is there a name for the vet?
Vet.
Let's see here. There is not a name for the vet. So
improvise, Ross.
I know. Matthew Hare, I will say. His name is Matthew Hare. And he is, late 30s, weathered face. He's spent a lot of time outdoors. There are a couple of horses at his clinic being treated for various maladies.
I just call a moratorium on all creatures great and small jokes right now.
Dang it.
Wow.
Because he saw it coming.
Yeah. So he greets you. He looks slightly confused because you aren't bringing a sick or injured animal to him, which is his raison d'entrée. So he is waiting. What do you say to him?
We say.
Could you tell us more about how you patched up Harold Short and what the nature of his injuries were?
What would I tell you? What are you more trouble seekers or riding?
We've been talking to Constable Tumwell.
Well, then you know the animal that wounded him is dead. He shot it. It's closed. You don't. It's nothing to. We don't want to be known as the town with the monster. I mean, it's just we're a nice, peaceful town.
Well, do you think that the townspeople already think you have a monster?
The townspeople are. They have nothing better to do than to spread gossip. It's nothing to talk about.
They seemed really afraid.
Well, they're afraid of their own shadow. They're just.
Can I spend a point of bureaucracy to say that we've come from the department, the equivalent of the Department of Agriculture, to assess the possible threat
He's
to the
not going to help
crops?
if he thinks you're government.
Oh no, that could intimidate him. Yeah, you could do that.
And that we need to...
He will probably check your bona fides later on, but
We'll be gone by then.
yeah, sure.
Yeah, but... So, in order to get more information about the creature and its potential whereabouts of the remains, and also the nature of Harold's injuries, because we need this for a potential threat to...
All right, yeah. Spend your point of bureaucracy. That will work. He is size exasperated. I didn't take photos. This isn't some pulp magazine. I'm not some sort of master detective or anything. I'm just a vet. I patch up horses and occasionally dogs. Once a cat. That was once. I think most people don't think it's worth money to spend on a cat. But it was canine. The wounds were, I guess, canine in nature, very large. It must be a mastiff. Must have been a mastiff. Just a great or maybe a wolf from a escaped zoo, or what are those traveling gypsy shows?
That's part of our concern.
Yes,
is
well,
that it may be some sort of creature from the continent.
I'd also found a large pool of blood near where the constable said he shot it. Of course, it's gone by now, but it was too much blood for such a creature, any dog, to escape from. I mean, it was a miracle it didn't drop dead on the spot. It was a lot of blood, is what I'm saying. It must be dead.
And you didn't try to find the creature to test it for rabies?
I only found it in the morning.
Because
Harold
we're trying to eliminate that disease.
No one said it didn't. Harold had showed no symptoms, and he.
How long has it been since the contact?
It has been over a month.
Okay,
so he does not have rabies.
Yay,
he is recovering, from what I can tell. He is limping, of course, but he is out and about.
Do you have any samples that remain from...
Samples of what? I had the victim. I mean, I didn't take the blood. It was a dog's blood or a wolf's blood. I mean, it's just...
Any hairs, maybe?
No. Why would I do that? I patched him up. It was late. I was tired. I'd been drinking.
That doesn't surprise me.
It's a small village. There's not much to do.
That doesn't surprise me.
Whatever, you're Irish. You're going to judge someone for drinking.
In character, in false pretexts.
Anyway,
it's a stretch for me.
I was the constable swore to me that I wouldn't suffer any repercussions for working on the person, because it was just stitching up a wound. Lord knows I did enough of it in the war.
Out of curiosity, why didn't a doctor see to Harold's wounds?
Because I was closer and he was bleeding.
Was there a doctor that saw to him afterwards?
For
follow-up? Did you
Harold said that he went to a doctor. He said he was fine. I didn't know which one. You'd have to talk to Harold about that.
Okay.
Probably took the train or the bus to see a doctor. We don't really have a doctor in the village. We have to go out to Derby.
What?
They actually might have an itinerant coroner. That would have been more the way things worked in the 1920s.
Oh, yeah, of course. Oh, the dead body? Yeah, I don't know anything about that.
Or actually, sometimes the vet would have had a license to be the coroner.
Mm-hmm. I don't do that. I saw enough dead bodies in the war.
Itinerant coroner.
Yeah. Right. There is an itinerant coroner. That's all the 2 dead victims. And I know nothing about them. I never saw them. I never obviously worked on them.
Okay.
Did you see any wounded horses at any point?
No.
Any other wounded animals?
Nothing with massive bite wounds, no. Is there anything else? I didn't file any paperwork because, again, the constable... Talked to Constable Tumwell. He was the lead on this incident. I only volunteered my service. He volunteered my services for me. I want nothing to do with this otherwise. I just want to do my job and write letters to my wife, who's in London, because she has to find herself. I mean, I'm sorry.
Green Acres is the...
Anyways.
Did we end up profiting anything from talking to the townsfolk?
Yeah, that's what you heard about the howls that happen every full moon.
The full moon.
After the beast was supposed to be dead. It is still out there, according to the townsfolk, every full moon. And let's see here. It is... no dog is walking around on his back paws. It is a 2-legged beast, according to the townsfolk.
Is there an area
it's a
where
zombie, not a werewolf. A dancing zombie. Anyway.
Is there an area where the bodies were usually found, or did they happen?
There were only 2, and they were each found in a different place in the hills.
And the other guy that was attacked, was he nearby any of
He was in the hills
bodies?
as well. Margot knows where Harold was attacked and where the beast was shot. Mm-hmm. Those of you with evidence collection know that if nobody cleaned the side off, there might be dried blood stains on the rock.
From a month ago?
Yeah, from a month ago. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it would dry out, but there might be flecks of it. Hasn't rained.
Are you really going to say, no, sir, don't give us this clue?
That's why my mouth is shut.
They found bloodstains on things from like hundreds or thousands of years ago, depending on the circumstances.
Blood worked differently in the 1920s.
Yeah.
They hung around longer.
He could have. Is it really so impossible to believe that there might be dried blood flecks on a stone that was?
We'll just go.
Yeah. Jeez. Oh my god. All right. So
how about this? It's compromise. We'll solve the mystery with that clue, and you can solve it without it.
It might be. So there might be dread blood. Apparently, there was a lot of blood. So if there was enough blood, some of it might have dried up in some pit of a rock, and you might find it. So.
Okay. Thank you for your help.
Yeah.
Zoom and enhance.
Because it was on a rock, not a blood on a rock, not on. Yeah. If it was the dirt, yes, it would disappear. Anyways.
All right.
Jeez.
Now that we have
horse seller.
Beating a horse.
Dextered out on this.
The vet questions why you were beating a horse.
A dead horse.
Yeah, dead one. Quite dead.
Well, we're gonna go see about a live one.
You can go to John Parkins. His daughter is dead.
Yes.
It's
The Marleys were dead.
My daughter is dead. Come buy a horse.
That's why he's wearing a black armband and he looks very morose, but he is still out for business because that Protestant work ethic. They
Gotta get out there and sell these horses.
Yes. He
Install microwave ovens.
is there. He is very So if you want to get any information out of him, that would be a spend.
What if we buy a horse from him? Would he be willing to share information as we're making a sale?
That would be a thing like spending a point of bargain.
That would be spending a point of credit rating to buy a horse.
Yeah.
If you want to, which is expensive because you're actually buying it. You could basically rent a horse if you want to go out riding around for a while for leisure, which it would be unusual for him, but he has horses to spare.
Is he going to ask for a deposit?
You can buy one horse, or you can rent horses for all of you with 1 point of credit rating.
Okay, Lydia and who? Osgood was the other victim?
George Osgood,
Okay.
who was a farmer. Yes.
Well, let's rent horses for
And
the day.
Harold Short
Yeah.
is a wheelwright, if you care to know. What?
He makes wheels. Well,
Let's see here. So do you buy? Are you just going to rent horses for the party?
Yeah, we're just gonna rent.
Okay.
So I'll spend.
All right. So how are you bringing it up? After you rent the horse, these are fine. They're gentle with
We could bring it up
new
as
riders.
delicately as Ross brought it up.
I'm the game master. I don't have to bring anything up.
I'm still saying a point of bargain,
Well, how about we start by saying, so we're
slip an extra
thinking.
note on the pile.
We're thinking
and
about
be all
going for a
like,
ride in the hills. Anything we should know about before we venture out?
Don't ride when it gets close to dark. The hills can be rocky and uneven. There are holes that a horse could break his leg on. So take it slow, take it even. So he gives you practical advice. He doesn't.
We were thinking of a nighttime ride.
What?
Don't. It's not worth it. It's too dangerous. Again, I don't want to lose a horse, and you don't want to fall off a horse. So yeah. With anyone that says on, is gonna know he is. Now he's clearly thinking about what really up there, but he is not going to broach the subject himself. He's like, oh yeah, my daughter died up there.
Well,
Murdered by
so the
a
reason
monster.
we want to go up there is because we heard we're kind of like ghost hunters from London, except we chase monsters, and we heard this rumor that there was a monster up there, so we're going to go look around.
Are you making a spin on that?
No, I'm just saying it.
Don't go out after dark. Good day. And he closes the door.
If you want to crack the bones open and get the good meaty plot goodness, you need to spend it.
Also saying, yeah, we're monster hunters. Your daughter was murdered by a monster.
I didn't say that.
Well, it's kind of implied.
You,
was not a
you
good
actually did say the whole we're monster
I
hunters
said that. I didn't say anything about the daughter. I said nothing about the daughter.
Yeah, well.
And it doesn't occur to you that might be shockingly insensitive in front of the man whose daughter was murdered?
We may not know that his daughter was murdered.
Well, he
knows his daughter was murdered, and so it's pretty obvious that we look like tabloid journalists here to
Especially
find out about
the
the
journalists.
murder.
Well,
and profit off her death, basically.
Yeah.
So,
you just said hunters. Not
if you spend a point
journalists.
of reassurance, you could broach it a little more gently.
I'll spend a point of reassurance.
All right, but just as he's about to close the door.
Wait, sir.
I'll hang back. He
Yeah,
probably
I'm
doesn't
sorry.
like me now.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah, so go on.
We're from the Department of Agriculture.
All right.
Weights and Measures Division.
Yeah, no, he believes that, actually, because he wants to believe
Here's
that the
the
government's
psychic
going to do
paper.
something. So he wants to believe the government's going to do something. So he buys that because he wants to believe it. And so he
He
tells
wants
you.
to believe.
No, he does want to believe it. He says, I found a body. I was coming home from the Laughing Horse. I mean, it was odd. I saw a dead rabbit and then another one. And then a third one. As I was walking home, I thought, they're just ripped apart. It was odd. I mean, you see that every once in a while when one of the neighbor's dogs gets out, but never 3 in a row like that. And then I saw poor Lydia. You need to look at Lawrence Vane. That's what you need to do. He had something to do with it.
Why would you say that, sir?
My neighbor Tom Corty saw Lawrence near my house the night of the murder. The young lordship. He looked upset and was hurrying from directions of my house. Of course, the constable questioned him, but he was innocent. Oh, of course, the constable declared the young lord to be innocent.
Yes, we know the constable's incompetent.
Yes, he clearly is. Well, he's covering up. They're protecting him from scandal. The Labour Party must correct such class injustices.
Okay.
Yeah, so he starts talking about lecturing you about political power in the oppressive ruling class and how he didn't vote for this lord.
At least you got to vote.
Yeah. So he is a bit angry. He is getting more into extreme politics as a way to,
Process his daughter's death.
Yes, that's a good way of putting it. So you want to mention you ought to talk to the vicar too. He saw it. I know he saw it. He doesn't want to talk about it, but I know he saw it. But yes, it's the Vane family. If you're from London, you should look at those parasites and lock them all up.
Is there a certain reason why the Vanes are such a problem? Is there any sort of lore surrounding them?
Well, I don't follow history. I just know that he killed my daughter, and he's just a Jack the Ripper, is what he is.
Does he carry a walking stick with a?
But no, he's in his 20s. He's one of those young rakes who goes around treating people like they're dirt, and he looks down at them. I can tell when he walks. He's an English lord, so it's
Same thing.
Yeah. He is you do those of you. Anybody with history would just know the Vane family are British nobility aristocrats.
Somewhere in the peerage.
Somewhere in the period, yes. Sir Arthur Vane is has a castle nearby. So, and he has a son named Lawrence. So you can check them out. So that is what John Parkin says, and he sells you your. So you could. There is a town museum or town hall, or basically place where documents are kept, so somebody could make a library use check or spend a point in library use to dig up dirt on the Vanes if you want to.
I'll do it.
Okay, that will take you a few hours. And you can spend more up to 2 points, so somebody else can help them, or you could spend the entire day doing it.
Well, since we have the horses, shouldn't we use them?
That's
But we're
probably
on sort of a restricted time scale because isn't the full moon tomorrow?
it is tomorrow.
So we kind of.
We could split up.
I'd like to shoot him while he's still.
Wow.
I'm just saying, before he has inhuman strength and fangs.
It's been the point of inheritance to have my mother's silver earrings with him.
Well, you don't know. Well, the thing is, you.
Cthulhu.
Well, that's the thing. Those of you with Cthulhu Mythos knowledge realize that a lot of these stories are werewolves are just imperfect interpretations of what is actually out there. So, there might be something horrific, but the idea that it's a werewolf that is exactly like folklore, our chances are vanishingly small.
Do you know what's striking me as amusing right now?
Yeah. That he's named Lawrence, which is...
No, the tune that's the theme of Downton Abbey is almost the same pitches as the theme from the X-Files. It's just a different time signature.
Yeah.
Let's make that crossover.
I think
I want to watch that, actually.
So there is. So you're looking that up. What are you going to go out in the hills?
Suppose.
All right.
Go see what we see.
Yeah, let's investigate the murder sites. Yeah.
All right. One person, give me a riding skill to actually show the other people how to ride their horses and not die.
I have 4.
But Anne wanted to use her
I'll
riding
say
skill.
we might have to ride.
You can both ride.
Well, only one person, because again,
She has 4 points.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have 4 of them, so
basically, if both of you have riding, it's just basically teaching Bill's character how to not.
there you go.
How the hell do I horse?
Like this.
Yeah.
You stay on it.
Yeah. So go ahead and give me a roll. Are you going to spend any points?
Yeah.
How many points?
Yeah, go.
2.
2.
Please
All right.
help us get rid of the candy.
4. 4 is good enough. You're
Good enough.
It's a bright day, a sunny day, and it is a bit cool because it is February. But you are well dressed, and the horses are mild disposition. You didn't get
Widowmaker.
Yeah, the Widowmaker. Yeah, that one they don't give to the newbies. And you get out to the hills fairly quickly. And you almost forget about your troubles for a while. It's just like, it's so beautiful out here. It's so nice.
And then bloodstains.
And then, yes, those of you with evidence collection, and between Margot's Outdoorsman and your evidence collection, you find the spot. And again, it is a pitted rock, and there are tiny crevices in it that you can get small dried blood stains from. They are obviously, because of moisture and blah blah blah, they're not perfect. But if you had access to a modern lab, you could tell whether it's human or animal, for one thing, because this thing just attacked a human right before it was shot. So you can spend a point of evidence collection to collect those samples if you want.
I'll do it if nobody else does.
And then it would take a day to go out to, I'd say, Derby. You could find a lab with the appropriate. There's like a small university or college you could get to.
Could we send it off?
You could send it off if you trust the mail.
Yeah, we've got 2 days operating time, and I don't think the post is that fast.
Well, but we're talking about one of us having to leave.
Not have clue, commit resources to actually get clue.
Can we look for anything else like hair? Anything footprints if it hasn't rained?
Yeah, actually, that would be you could find prints. That would be a point of outdoorsman.
Okay.
All right. You do find prints, and they do look definitely canine. But yes, they are quite large, and their own. You can tell that it is walking upright. And you know that this is definitely, but they're canine-ish, but they're not quite. There seems to be some minor growths on the sides of the paw, and in between the fingers, like it's something's wrong with it. I don't know. It's canine-ish, but not quite. It's much larger than any wolf or dog you've seen. It's also walking upright, so it's nothing like anything you've ever seen before. Give me a stability check.
1.
You take 1 point of stability as you realize there is a monster in the hills.
It's the Gert Dog of Langport.
All right. With your point of evidence collection that you already had, I say you could make a plaster cast of it if you wanted to. You would have those. It's a common, like getting tracks, so you can spend some time doing that if you want to.
Really beginning to feel like
Oh, what? All right.
I don't know.
So that takes you a while, but they also head off in the direction of the Castle Plum, which you can see is off in the distance, 200 feet up on a stone bluff above the town.
Is that where we know that the Vanes live?
Yes.
Hangs out at the Forest Primeval,
All right.
always showing people fumets.
So we ride our horses towards the castle.
Yeah. Beginning to feel like that guy.
All right.
I don't know. Because it's been a long, long time since Lit 180.
Yeah, true.
Since you have architecture,
Hey,
as you
yeah,
look
I've got
at
that. What are we looking
you
at?
examine
What things?
Castle Plum, which is the.
It's large and purple.
It is not purple.
But it is large. I was
It
50%
is large.
correct.
I'm still
for
at the
you.
library, so I can't make jokes.
Yes. It is.
Since when have we ever let that stop us?
So what's our tack here? How are we going to
Well, as you approach the castle, you can see most of it has fallen into disrepair.
Their wolf.
Tumbling
Their
walls.
castle.
But there is a keep that is being maintained. So you look at the front doors of the castle itself, but the great doors of the main hall. But they are. You can tell that they are mobile. They are not used. So you walk around to the side, and you can see a door on the side of the hall, which you can tell is commonly used as the thing. So you don't make a look at the ass by knocking on the door that doesn't open anymore.
Here, walk this way.
Probably hasn't opened in centuries.
So where did
Move the
tracks-
candle.
Can we still see the tracks, or did
What
they just
hall?
kind of go?
They go in that direction, but they disappear after about 10 yards.
Can we find other tracks?
No, you look at and you can see it goes over rocky ground, and there are other animals in the area. There are rabbits, and you actually do see some dog prints. So there's probably a couple of wild dogs in the area. Not to mention horses. Like people ride horses all throughout the countryside. So there's a lot
Weird.
So and fox prints, you see fox prints. So there's a lot of wild animals off in the area, but you only see them about 10 yards away from the victim. So they. So that you can knock on the side door if you want.
Boy, if only we had a topo map, we could map out the victims' locations relative to the castle, see if we learned anything interesting.
Triangulate their position.
Yeah.
You could. So are you knocking on the door, trying to get in? Or what is your tag?
Knocking on.
No.
I don't know.
You don't know much about them yet.
Yeah.
He is researching it.
I kind of wonder if we
You
might
could
want
just
to wait till that one comes
You can just
in.
ride by it and look at it. And
Yeah.
it's a neat castle.
Their horse, or their wolf, their castle.
No. So,
Probably haven't ever seen that. Young Frankenstein.
in fact, I'll give
We
you
need
this
to fix
intro.
that.
So wait, did you spend 1 point or 2 points?
1 point.
1 point. Okay. You actually find out why it's called Castle Plum. Originally, the castle defended the important lead mines of the area. And
With a B.
yes, lead and plumbum. Yes, for more than 5 centuries, the region shortened the castle's name to Plum. And you realize there are mines long since exhausted, but the tunnels are still remaining. So that's some of the information you find out.
But something lives down there.
While I'm at the library, do
Yeah.
I also have a topographical map, and am I triangulating the position of the...
Well, you're looking at the veins right now, so you could do that, but there's really only 3 dots of information.
I know. I need 3 dots of information to triangulate.
There.
And look! Right in the middle! It's the castle!
Plum.
No, they're actually all in the direction of the village. The castle's here, the village is over here. All the victims are between the village, or around the area of the village itself. So,
Weird. It's like that's where they came from or something.
yes, it is like where they came from. So you can't find any
However-
information about that.
But is there a map of the mine network?
Yeah.
No, it was in the Middle Ages and long since exhausted. So
What?
that will take more time to research, more library use points.
Okay.
But first off, here's what you do find out.
Okay.
The leader of the family is Sir Arthur Vane, country gentleman, 67 years old. Is said to be very proud. His son Lawrence is 23 and has recently returned from Oxford.
Such werewolf.
And there is a daughter as well, Eloise, Lawrence's sister, is a 21 years old.
Wow.
You find out what?
Nothing.
Ignore him.
Yeah. The Vanes have resided in the valley for nearly 7 centuries. They were titled in the reign of Charles II for a reward for Wellington Vane's skillful handling of certain royal indiscretions. They live in the keep of their medieval castle, which is otherwise fallen into bad repair. They have several servants who also live in the keep. And you also find that there is a mention of something... you find a reference. You're talking. The clerk is, looking up the veins. Are you a reporter from the outside?
Department of Agriculture.
Oh, not interested in gossip, eh?
No, I'll listen to some gossip.
Oh, well.
Hello, sir. I would like.
Well, a well-to-do
unit of
gentleman
gossip,
like yourself
please.
certainly doesn't mind paying for dinner, then.
Is this a female clerk?
Yes.
Thank you.
Suddenly it makes sense.
Yeah.
No, he's just a wee bit of the violet.
Yeah.
Newcastle Club.
Violet or lavender?
Sure.
Okay. That will take a point of flattery or reassurance to get useful gossip out of her, or something like that.
Flattery.
You have flattery.
Why would a reporter not have flattery?
I won't, mate. No.
You don't have flattery.
No, athletics wouldn't be appropriate. No. Okay, so reassurance it is.
All right.
I spend a point of pelvic sorcery.
Wow. Guardians of the Galaxy.
It's not his fault. I started it, so...
No, I was working up to it. It was going to happen either way.
The cleric, his name is Helen, tells you over the course of dinner at the Laughing Horse, of course, where else?
There's nowhere else to
Yes.
use in town.
Face that launched at least one ship.
There's a lot of gossip about Eloise Vane because she has become very withdrawn shortly after her 21st birthday, which happened shortly, and it was so sad because she believes it's a scandal because she was visited by one of her distant cousins shortly before her birthday, an American named Roger Carlyle. And
Bum, bum, bum.
and let's see here. There's also something she says that Susan, one of her parishioners, told her that the vicar.
One of the parishioners.
Vicar Reverend Jeremy Stratton, said something about a Vane family curse. And he says something about that, but he is said, he's interested in the genealogy of the Vane family. So,
Really?
yes.
Actually, church records would be the genealogical source.
Yeah. Works for the Mormons.
Yeah. So you get that.
Okay.
That over the course of several hours,
Okay.
Basically, you realize though Helen is more interested in being seen with you than anything else because you're the outsider and blah blah blah, and you're new goods, so it's showing you off.
I feel so used.
Yeah, no, it's very.
Yeah, it's not like you got anything out of it at all.
So that's his day. You guys get back. You find out. You get some of his notes. You can touch base with him. Although,
actually, yeah.
You can retire at the
Once
Laughing Horse.
things are well.
You guys do need to recover a little bit, so
Yeah.
you could recover.
I am going to head off for Derby.
Okay.
Yes, then,
All right, so you
Take the
can.
blood with you?
yeah.
Hi ho!
You take the last bus out of town. So you'll be.
Trade.
I was not
Right.
taking the horse.
No, I'm fine.
The bus would be a little faster than because he's the one guy without the riding skill.
I don't have riding.
Okay,
So-
well, neither of the guys have riding. So
Anyway,
As far as I'm concerned, horses are food.
Yeah.
So.
wow, I guess Irish. Right?
yeah.
So the night passes pretty quietly. Actually, everybody. It's the first night. There's nothing weird that happened. You know, nothing weird.
Lies. Something weird is going to have happened.
Well, you might have
Who's
had.
dead the next morning, Ross?
No one is dead.
Still is thunder, man.
You might have had weird dreams, but you don't remember. They're the kind of dreams that you forget as soon as you awake. So you wake up refreshed, feeling better. So you get that bad, you get all that stability back. So you're all
Ooh.
Well, you're already fine. You're wondering what the hell was going on anyway. So you're in Derby. So with a pointed credit rating, or or some other skill, you could talk your way into a lab to analyze the blood if that's what you want to do.
Yeah, I mean, I can.
If interpersonal could be used to talk your way in, it's not, credit rating is just renting it out, just like flashing cash.
Yeah, I'll just reassurance.
Okay.
Seriously, it won't take me any time at all.
Okay.
It's just going to be a few minutes.
I'll
consider it a favor.
Okay.
Just,
With that, you also if you do that here, why don't you do these tasks that are, and then you can do that. So
Yeah, pretty much.
the lab tech takes the day off. So the grad student takes the day off as you do his work for him.
let's face it.
Yeah.
It's how the post-secondary economy works.
Basically. So that'll take you some time, though, obviously.
Yeah.
So it's the next day, full moon tonight. You'll be back before dark, obviously. It won't take you that long. What do you guys want to look up? You could try and figure out a way to talk to the Vanes. Margot, with your wealth and good name, you could make a social visit to the Vanes.
I know Erica.
You know Erica.
I can say
Carla.
Erica suggested I
Yes.
stop in, right?
Yes.
That might
Erica.
not go horribly south if Roger mysteriously visited before.
It can't go any more horribly south than anything else.
Yeah, that's true. This is Ross, so everything
It's
can
not
go
Ross,
south.
it's Cthulhu.
Yeah. Yeah, you could
Same
use
thing.
Erica as a connection, yes. So if you wanted to pay social visit. But of course then they're just going to be nice and not talk about any horrible monsters or anything. You have to bring that subject up yourself. So.
You met this man named Ross Payton.
But that would get you in the door. Because they are aristocratic, so if you just show up in the door and start asking them badgering questions, they will just close the door on you. You know that much. They are kind of standoffish.
Servants.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to get past the servants.
Oh, we can
Upstairs,
play the
downstairs.
upstairs downs. You beat me to it.
Yeah.
So, but
play
that you
downstairs.
can do that anytime. You could spend the rest of the day, relaxing. I'll give you 1 point of stability if you just take the day off.
Map of the mines.
I don't need
Mapping the
to-
mines is definitely not relaxing.
I want a map. I want a map of the mines. too.
That's another point of
Library use.
library use would work. Geology would work too.
Library use it is.
Geology would be better, but yeah.
Library use it is.
I have geology,
And they're not going to be
You're
complete.
in
but I'm
Derby.
busy.
Yeah, you'll get a part of the map. You'll get the general.
We'll get the clue.
You'll get the clue, but you're not going to get every single. It's not going to be a perfect map, is what I'm saying.
It's not a tactical map of the mines. It's a general suggestion.
But that'll take you hours, but you'll get it.
So what if Margot and I go and visit, and
Really?
I can be her maid?
Yeah, that's true. You could do that. It would be an easy way for you to get in and to talk to the other servants.
Made so much traveling. Yeah. Ladies,
So you're not gonna
well,
go?
ladies' maid, I suppose. Yeah.
the
Sorry, forgot my terms.
Like a gentleman's gentleman, except
Ladies'
Yeah.
maid. Yeah. I got my wires crossed on maid there.
Valet is the male term.
Yeah.
so you walk in, or you knock on the door. There's
yeah,
a
I'm
butler
just
there.
gonna walk in.
Sup?
I'm here.
Just like
Word.
And
I
the
said word,
when you
Mr.
make
Carson.
your introduction, you say you're a friend of Erica Carla. It's like, very well. You were let in to have tea with Sir Arthur Vane and his son, Lawrence, and you're nearby. The other servants are there. There's 3 of them. They're all old, 2 men, 1 woman.
Ross, I will owe you a favor if the butler talks like Balgrin the Fat.
That would be a terrible butler. Yes. He is, or the cook. No, the cook. I was like, yes, you want tea? Yes, I have such biscuits. Yes. Yes. He has been ever the same since the Boer War. You have to forgive him. But his biscuits are excellent.
Yes, excellent.
Yes. So,
Is Eloise not having tea with us?
Eloise is not with you. Yes, that is correct. That is a bit unusual. So you could ask about her, because Erica would have told you about her.
Yeah, I'll say it. Erica's told me so much about Eloise. I've been really wanting to meet her.
Oh,
Is she here?
it was. Was Erica supposed to call ahead of time to let you know this is? She is. Eloise is. I could have phoned you ahead of time to let you know Eloise is feeling a bit under the weather.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yes, it is most unfortunate. You can make assess honesty spends if you want.
Man.
I'll spend one.
All right, with one. Oh man, he is totally lying. Well, he is. Well, it's not that she. You can tell there is something wrong with her, but that he's covering for her for something. But he is very nervous that you're showing up. He has to be polite to you because of your connections, and he's very angry that he wasn't warned of this ahead of time. You could tell he feels a bit ambushed by it, and he would like to shove you out the door. Lawrence, of course, is a different story. He is
Flirt with him.
yeah, basically, but he's also distraught about something.
Sean, I just gotta say, if lycanthropy is a metaphor for pregnancy, then this has taken a really Cronenberg twist.
Wow. You
Just saying.
you could talk about the Carlisles more. You could, but yeah, you have definitely touched on something, so you could worm your way in and exploit it more. Yes.
No. Do you mind if I stay in the castle while I'm visiting?
That would require a spend. That is kind of a big favor to ask, especially since you weren't. He wasn't. Erica didn't. Ask for you to show up ahead of time. So if you make a spend of some sort, I would allow credit rating.
Reassurance.
Credit rating will work. You're. Hey man, I'm super rich in America. I'm like American aristocracy. Well, of course you got to put up with me. So. He's of course. That would be fine. Yes, we'll have dinner tonight. Yes, we'll have dinner tonight. It will be an excellent dinner. Yes, dinner, very good. Yes,
I shall make a roast. Yes.
very good roast, very excellent. Again, the Boer War is hell on some. It must not. Everyone is paid by a high price for it. Yes. But we will have an excellent.
Such potatoes. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Whoa.
Oh, you have to forget that Swiss cuckoo clock. It is always malfunctioning. Wifey had it repaired 3 times. Once sent it all the way to London and came back worse for the wear. It was, we put up with the eccentricities here.
Yes.
Yes.
Sorry, I'll stop.
No, so yeah, you can stay the night.
It's gonna be bad.
Sleepover.
Yes.
Too many cooks.
So the day passes, or meanwhile, you're getting the map. You actually see that there are some mines are adjacent to Castle Plum. It looks like you don't know. You actually
Were any of them adjacent to areas where victims were found?
Yes, all 3 of them actually. Now you look at
Come out at 3 different entrance points?
well, there's 2 that they're coming out, but one is equidistant to 2 of the victims.
Gotcha.
And then not like right on top of it, but within like 50 feet or so, 50, 100 feet. It looks like.
So at least one tunnel probably goes all the way through.
Yeah. Adjacent to the basement, or it actually there are floor plans for Castle Plum that says dungeon. So it is a medieval castle, but it's not necessarily indicating that they're evil, but they have a dungeon. So
They're aristocrats, as far as I'm concerned. They're evil.
all right, no, fair enough.
This is why I played the Irish card.
So you can, of course, these are just spots on the map. You would have to look. You'd have to go back up to the hills to see what they look like, what the condition is, if you want to. I mean, you have the points on the map. And Bill, you
Yes.
there are actually you collected several bloodstains. One of them is clearly human, but the others
Aren't.
they're not dog or canine either. That you can tell. It's something unknown. It's not human blood, is what you can tell. It's
Does
definitely
staring at blood give me a stability check?
no.
Okay. Because I'll admit,
Yeah.
normally I'll sign right up for them, but
Yeah. It's 1920s level of biology and chemistry. There's a lot you realize there's a lot you don't know yet. So you don't even know about DNA. If you could look at the DNA, you'd be terrified. But fortunately, Watson hasn't gotten that far yet.
Yeah.
So good job. Lack of progress. So you have that.
Well, okay. Whatever.
At this point, they thought the Spanish flu pandemic was caused by a bacteria. So
yeah. So you have that information. So you can get back. Both of you two are done by late afternoon. So you two can continue being entertained by the Vane family.
We could meet up at the Laughing Horse.
That's true. Let's have a pint and compare notes.
And first off, you have to tell them about. Are you going to invite your male companions with you?
No. Well, I got the test results back.
And I've got
definitely cancer.
Yeah.
I've got a map. Geologist. You want to take a look at these caves?
I take a look at those caves.
Okay, you're going up to the hills to look at the caves, or you look at the points on the map?
I'm looking at his map.
All right, you see 3 points on the map. Yeah.
Yeah, but you could.
You mentioned earlier.
Oh yeah,
geology.
Geology.
That's a thing I have.
Yeah.
For 0 points, you can tell these points, the general conditions of it. This is going to be very dangerous if you actually go into it. But there would be some that this is geologically speaking, this is a stable area. So those tunnels, assuming the buttresses don't rot away, would probably still be there. And if like a tunnel collapse, people would know. They would hear it. And there haven't been any reports like that. So there's probably a very extensive tunnel network there. Very dangerous and prone to...
2 males, 2 women. There's something missing. Does anyone in town have a Great Dane I can borrow while we go in the mine tunnels?
Maybe a puppy as well.
No! There is no puppy.
For some reason, the villagers don't have any dogs for sale, so...
Just to borrow.
Just to borrow, if you really want to borrow one, I kind of figure.
Shouldn't Tumwell have a police dog somewhere?
But it's not a Great Dane, obviously.
Why steal his dog?
It's a German Shepherd.
In the 20s, they'd call it an Alsatian.
Okay, fine. It's an Alsatian. Jesus.
Meanwhile, he could have said that and gotten 1 knowing look and 3 blank looks, or he said German Shepherd, and we all knew what he was talking about.
I'm sure the listeners will let us know. So... You've, you guys can reconvene at...
Yes, I do when it's called a German Shepherd.
So meanwhile, at Castle Vane, if you guys want to get more information out of the Vane family, you can actually...
That's a really great segue.
Yeah.
This was perfect.
Well, what did Melissa get from talking to the servants?
What are you asking them?
Well, are we like downstairs yet?
Yeah, you're like in the tea room.
Okay. So are they busy working, or what's happening?
There's 2 of them. There's the cook, the butler, and then the maid. The cook, says yes. He's the one attending to them in the I'll say the parlor. That's where they're having. So you can hang out in the main hall or library. But you can get any one of them aside and talk to them one-on-one if you want to.
Okay. I'll follow around the maid.
Okay.
And start talking.
She asks you a lot of very sort of insensitive questions.
Naturally.
Yeah. About living in the Orient and your inscrutable ways. She is.
And do I eat cats for every meal?
That hasn't gotten around yet. She's kind of, or she's too polite to ask that.
She's probably wondering it though.
Yeah, but she is wants bits of wisdom and stuff like that. So, what do you want to ask her? Or
first I'll just ask, so what's it like working for a family like this? This is very different than what I'm used to.
Oh, she enthuses about it, talks about a life of serving one family and getting to know them, and it's just so much better than the way it is now. I mean, you read in the papers about the madness of the cities and the decadence of modern life and abstract art, and what is that even about? And she's very...
Do you think, aren't there some downsides to living in the country, though?
Well, like what? I don't really know. I've always
I don't know. It seems like I'm always hearing spooky stories about living in the country.
Oh, well, they're just ghost stories. They're just...
I love ghost stories.
Oh, okay.
Tell her about the hopping vampire.
Do you know Roger, when he was here, He was here with this woman. We don't talk about her, but she was from Africa, and she was. She was.
Yeah. MWREU.
Yeah. I didn't write it, alright? Anyways. But she and Roger told excellent ghost stories. She told one of how here 1,000 years ago, the druids would perform human sacrifices and leave people to die in the peat bogs, and it was she said that those secrets though traveled and other secret cults formed and carried that knowledge. It was very, very mysterious. I had to admit that night, and when she told that story about the druids and the thing they worshipped in the dark, they called it the black goat. Yes, the blessing of the black goat. She talked about how there was a curse.
Creepy.
Oh no, it was a curse that they would put on the enemies of their. It was just dreadful. I mean, she didn't go into detail, but I would never want to.
Mm-hmm.
I admit I was a bit scared that night, but yes.
Seems like all English families have some kind of curse.
Oh, that's just. I mean, that was what Roger was talking, and he's got his ideas filled with all that nonsense he's learned from Africa and Egypt and all that.
It's called the royal family.
Boosh! We're America. Deal with it.
Okay.
But of course not. There's no curse. There wouldn't be a curse of the Vane family. That's ridiculous.
Assess honesty.
She's nervous. But you could tell. You don't have to make a spend. She probably doesn't know. She probably doesn't know. Reverend Stratton was talking about that the other day. He assured me that there's no such thing of that nature in existence in this God's realm.
But it sounds like you're unsure.
No, of course not. I'm. Are
Why
you
is
sure?
there a bead of sweat on your forehead?
Get all Sherlock on her. All right. Zoom in and
Threaten her with water torture.
Yeah.
That'll do the trick.
Wow.
Murder.
Perhaps it's just you do have vivid dreams out there, especially if you're used to the city. Out in the country. I think the fresh air kind of just. You get all that,
The smell of manure.
just all that fog and all that stuff from the factories pollutes the mind, and I think once you get out here, she rambles on about how the cities just make you sick, and being out of the country makes you better, but you have weirder dreams. She's kind of a
So do you
not
have
quite.
dreams?
Oh, of course, but just the regular kind.
Wiggity wag? No, just regular kind.
Yeah, just where you're out in the countryside and there's a picnic and everyone's invited, and then there's
Everyone's
the centaur and you talk to the centaur. It's very nice, and it's just there's
Sounds lovely.
yes. So she's just not quite senile, but
Okay.
I had dreams once.
yes. Anyways, and since you're talking to the Vane family, is there any? Are you just making polite conversation, telling them about America and your adventures?
Yeah, I don't want to press too much because I'm afraid we'll get kicked out.
This is true. Do you have assess honesty?
No.
Okay. Yeah, everything's fine. Everything's
Nothing
fine.
is ruined.
Oh, I wanted to ask the maid one other thing about
Columbo!
Eloise.
One more thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I heard the master say that Eloise isn't feeling well. Is she still here in the castle, though? Are
Oh,
you
yes. She's just in her room.
Oh, are you helping to take care of her?
Yes, of course. We've had a doctor look at her. A doctor from London, you would know him. And she
Prognosis is good.
Oh, it's just, it's feminine problems with them, and don't like talking about it. It's just, she's just a weak constitution. She's just a delicate.
If you like, I am highly trained in herbal remedies. I do that for my mistress all the time. I could have a look at her. And we wouldn't even have to tell the master.
Oh, well, no, I certainly couldn't do that. Well, all right, do you, that would be a point of reassurance.
I have that.
All right, yeah.
We'll do it after supper. Later, when everyone is
Well,
retired.
it would be better to do it now.
Now? Okay, I can do it
She's
now.
probably awake. So she takes you up to the second floor and to Eloise's room, and she greets you, and the maid introduces you, and Eloise is very genteel and delicate and very polite.
Is she laying in bed?
Yes, she's got the windows open.
Does she look sick?
She looks a little pale, but she doesn't. She seems a bit distraught too, but she doesn't seem especially sick. She's not suffering from. She doesn't look like she's suffering from any serious medical condition. Aside from anxiety, perhaps, she does seem nervous about something.
It's really inconvenient that wolf's bane actually is poisonous.
Wow.
What? Well, right?
She does tell you she's been troubled lately. Just every month I have these evil dreams, terrible dreams, and I just witness just ghastly things. And like I'm in a forest and I see something ahead of me, something tall and dark and
handsome.
No, it's like a tree, but it moves.
Wait, haven't we heard of these before?
Yeah, you've seen.
I think one
tree
tried to
that
kill me.
moves. Yeah,
Yeah, it did.
at the farm in Massachusetts.
But I see it moving through the forest, and it sees me, but it is a killer, but it is not. I'm a killer as well. It's a terrible dream.
It sounds terrible. It must be very distressing for you.
Let's see here. That's what she. But if you have any herbal remedies for bad dreams, I would be very appreciative.
Yes, naturally. Except the best time to apply them is right before you sleep. So I'll come back to you at nighttime.
Oh, fair. That sounds reasonable.
Okay.
You are the expert.
Don't worry, I won't die.
All right. All right. So everyone's caught up now. You've eased their suspicion. They actually are slightly more relaxed around you. You can tell that much by spending a nice afternoon telling them about America and asking polite questions about their family, telling them about Erica, of course. You leave off the whole assassination attempts, monsters.
Her house was destroyed.
Yeah, that
bit.
He did hear that her house had suffered a fire recently. She already,
A minor one.
yeah.
Putting it mildly.
You reassure them, of course. You don't have to make expense, but just your presence is enough.
Being helped by a social organization in the United States,
Yes.
The Lamplighter Society.
So you all meet up before dinner. You have an hour before you're expected back for supper at the Castle Plum, but you have a time to get a pint at the Laughing Horse, and they realize you have to get your things, so that's fine. But if it gets too dark, you stay there. We put it off another night. It's fine. It's certainly hard to get around in the dark. So it would be okay if you stayed the night at the Laughing Horse, and then you could stay the next time.
No problem. We'll
Yeah.
be back.
So anyway, so you're all. What do you guys want to do? What's the plan? You have a bunch of information now.
Go through the tunnels, load them full of dynamite, blow Castle Plum sky high.
Wow. Yeah.
Well,
One thing you didn't talk to, Eloise talked to Roger Carlyle, but you did not bring up that subject when you talked to her the first time. So you could do that. That would probably give you more information about, the Carlisle expedition, the guys you're looking about, because they're the ones that apparently started this whole thing that's going to result in the end of the world. Probably something you want
I'm going to grab some random herbs and pack them in a little poultice and pretend like I have
Because
them.
that
All right.
will go horribly wrong.
Do you have outdoorsmen? Or do you have anything vaguely appropriate?
Forensics.
Forensics?
That's
Okay.
it.
Forensics, you know which ones are poison, so you don't take those. No
Yeah.
wolfsbane, for example.
Well, it doesn't actually have to work.
I know.
It just has to look
If you
legit.
just
have
randomly
pharmacy?
grab plants...
I have pharmacy.
All right, you have pharmacy.
Okay, so he helps me.
All right, yeah, you
He
pick
picks
things
them.
that are not going to kill her.
Yeah.
Do you actually have any further intended effect there that one might reasonably
Sleep.
get from herbs?
Sleep.
We could gather a whole lot of valerian.
Yeah.
That's easy to
Although
provide.
that really won't help with her dreams.
Yes, it will. That's what it's for.
Sleepy, sleepy.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
So he helps me gather
Sorry.
some valerian.
I was thinking
a whole
melatonin.
lot of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yep.
Yeah, the point of
All right,
pharmacy to
I'll
do so.
burn my point of pharmacy. Yay!
All right.
Herbal drugs.
You get her, yeah. That'll help her just great. So,
I'm pretty sure the monsters are probably immune to.
all right. So, what is the plan? Are the ladies going up
Not
the
her. It could be
That's-
different.
Okay.
She could just have the dreams, and he's actually the wolf.
True. We'll find out.
Okay. And what about you guys? Are you just going to say the night laughing horse?
Also, I'm taking a weapon.
What?
A gun.
Okay, you're one of your pistol.
How late's the vicar in the vicarage?
You can see the vicar. I mean, he goes back to the church, so.
I'd like to visit with the vicar.
All right. He says. So yeah, you can do that. What about you, Bill?
Where is the Osgood farm?
They're in the. It's near the village.
Okay. I'll
You go ahead
I'll
and.
in on them.
All right.
Yeah.
You
Weird.
pay them a visit. You will be out after dark if you want to get to them.
Okay. Before we all go our separate ways, then, do we want to put any kind of a plan together? 'Cause
Probably.
I feel like it would be good if we had some kind of signal. Like, if I stay with Eloise and it turns out that it is her, I should probably let you guys know.
How?
I don't know.
Cell phones?
we have
I will tell you this for free.
carrying
The
miniature
mercantile store
marconies
does have
around.
flare guns. They.
I'm taking a flare gun.
All right.
Some stupid.
I like
flare
that
gun
solution.
burning
It's
things
bright,
around.
it's flaming, and it's explosive.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I give it a 5.
Flare guns all around.
So I will
Everyone's
flare
right.
gun out the window.
No one will notice that.
You will.
If by no one you mean
we
everyone.
will.
At that point, I think it's going to be a little obvious.
Yeah.
You could just shoot the flare at the monster and see how that
No.
works.
Yeah, that never works.
Anyway,
That
it
trick
probably
never
comes with
works.
2 charges at least.
You can get
Okay,
multiple rounds.
reloading a flare gun is never easy.
It's a
Sometimes
bridge
they
action.
actually have the...
So 1925, it's not like state of the art.
Okay, so I've
That has a
got
point.
a gun and my flare gun.
All right, you have a flare gun and a
And my
gun.
Valerian.
Let's
Ready.
bring a flashlight too.
That's a good idea.
Be a
You
wolf
get
flashlight.
more electric torches.
Yep, electric torches.
Anything else?
Rope.
Sure. You get a
I love to
thing
have
of
some.
rope. You can pack it all away.
So,
Can we make silver bullets?
You can pay a villager to carry you like a silver bullets. That would require some work.
we have
One, you have to get silver, and 2, you have to smelt them into
I'm
bullets.
sure that the vicar has some
Three-
prize things. That
Sure,
are
you could, if you want to steal it or buy it from him, you can.
3, we have to believe. 1, that it's a werewolf.
2,
2,
that silver
that
would
it
work.
works anyway, like
If
a
that
bunch
happens,
of,
I can spend
folklore.
preparedness for
There we go.
saying that one of my hairpin chopsticks is silver.
that you inherited from your mother.
That's right.
And you'll just load it in the flare
Because
gun.
when you actually get
Wow.
into stuff like that, it's not just silver; it has to be inherited.
It is
silver.
very likely that I inherited those chopsticks
Oh yeah,
from my mother.
I'm just saying. Let's
All right.
lay that
Stick 'em
groundwork
in the
down.
flare gun.
All right, yeah, no.
Point. Shoot. That's perfect.
No.
It's a
Throw this
flechette
forward.
gun now.
Wow. All right.
Okay, so I'm going back to
Do we
Eloise's
want to make a
room.
meeting place?
Yes.
If something
Probably.
bad happens to...
How about the
The blood
tunnel?
rock.
The what?
The
The
blood,
blood rock?
That's
Yeah,
probably
there
a
may
bad
not be
idea.
cover there.
Yeah. Well, and returning to the place
Blood
of the
crime.
rock.
It was hard to find the blood flecks on the rock. You had to have evidence collection to get it in the first place.
Well,
It's just a rock.
but 3 of us know where it is now.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
We
you
were
are,
just talking
but
about it as a location,
I
but we're
don't.
not going there.
No.
We can
Well,
tell
what
you.
if we say, like, the front of the
It's
vet
okay.
shop
You've
or
got
something?
a map.
All right.
Well, okay, but in terms of a meeting place, don't we kind of need to think about like,
When would we be meeting?
yeah, exactly.
So do we need a meeting place that's, like, at the castle in one of the rundown parts around back?
That seems like a horrible idea.
Well,
That's almost as bad as meeting inside one of the tunnels that
Yeah.
leads to the castle.
Like when we're saying
Sorry.
meeting place, my
Safety.
understanding of it is basically bolt hole.
okay, well, that's different.
Okay, I'm just trying to suss out like What is the circumstance under which we are likely to be going to this place? It involves things being shaped like pears.
Okay, so if we need a pear-shaped safety place, where is safe?
I don't know. That's the question.
Are you guys
If you have skills, I can make
Yeah, why-
suggestions.
Is there
are
any
you-
sort of a bank vault in town?
Streetwise.
Yeah, like, actually on Streetwise, is there any, like, relatively unused building?
Yeah, for 0 points, you can tell that one family's moved out recently. Their house is abandoned.
Okay,
Okay.
so let's go to the abandoned house.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's
I'm
planned.
just thinking if we need a place to lay low or something.
Right.
For especially
It
us.
is a small village, though,
Right.
and people will realize you're in there when it gets daylight without stealth checks. So
That's fine.
Right.
you
well,
can stay the night
It's
there.
just if the night
Yeah.
goes really badly, we
Yeah.
can all
you
run
don't
there.
like make any light or close.
Yeah, like if
close all
Elias,
the wind
transforms
shutters.
and tries to kill me,
Yeah.
I'll run
We
away.
can just say Ministry of
Do we have our
Agriculture would be
horses
fine.
still?
Yeah.
Horses? Do
Yeah,
we
just-
still have the horses?
No, we rented them. We had to give them back.
Well, how long?
You could rent them. You could take them out again. I mean, like you returned them to John Parkins, but you have rented them for the duration of this adventure.
If we tell him,
But he
Okay.
will not give them to you at night, though. He will not let you take
What
them.
if we
What if,
tell
what
him
if I
that we're
promise that
doing
we're
it-
stabling them at the castle? Will he let us
No,
keep them
He
overnight?
hates the veins. We should make it out like we're going to.
This is true. He does hate the
investigate
veins. And he says they don't have a stable. Their castle, they had a stable, but it's fallen.
We should just hype it up as we're going to get the veins.
Can we borrow your horses so we can go get the veins?
How
What do we
do
need
my
horses
horses?
for at night?
Yeah, exactly. How do horses help you get the veins?
What if I
moving
need
faster.
to leave really fast?
Get a car.
How's a horse going to help
I,
you
I
at
can't
night?
drive.
Yeah.
Can we rent a car?
Well, actually, no. He says no because the path from the
How
castle
did
to the
we
village
get
is
here?
pretty
We
clear,
probably came in a car.
so it would be safe to ride.
I mean, I guess it is the full moon.
Okay, so are you okay with me borrowing a horse
Or
for this?
can we use our car?
Renting, not buying.
You didn't. You took the train. You didn't
Oh,
bring
yeah.
your car. So your car's back in London. So yeah, you can. Yeah, no. Actually, with that, yeah, you two can bring your horses up there. So,
Okay, cool. That way, if we need to leave,
they can just tie them up out front, and the cook can. Yes, I can feed you. Hey, yes. Hey. So.
How many cooks? How many cooks?
Too many cooks. So you two head up to the castle. They greet you in. You're dressed up best as you can be because it's a formal dinner. You have to be there at the dinner. They say, unfortunately, Eloise is feeling ill and she's taken an early rest, so she will have her supper when she wakes up. But we have roast lamb. Yes, lamb. Yes. So tasty lamb with mint jelly, just for you. And so, give me sense trouble checks.
All of us? Or
No, at the dinner party.
You're at a British formal dinner.
Tell me if you're. Give me. You can.
I'm gonna.
6.
Okay.
Okay.
I was gonna add 1. So yeah, 6. I already committed.
Yeah. You need to commit at the same time.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Well, I mean, you got a 5 natural anyway, so that was good enough because both of you see the plates are different colors. Both of you have black plates, while Sir Arthur Vane and Lawrence Vane have white plates, and they are very careful about positioning them. So, and they begin to dig in and eat. They invite you to do the same. You're given dinner as well because you are from the Orient. They I mean, it's an American thing, but you deserve to have a good dinner as well.
But
Oh, no, I couldn't possibly.
It would be
I feel so rude.
Dwarves?
I can't.
Well, they have your plate served at a side, but yeah,
Okay, could I take it downstairs? I'd feel much more.
you are
comfortable.
downstairs.
Like in the servants' quarters.
There are no servants' quarters. It's a smaller keep, so they have the
In the
dining
kitchen?
room. Yeah, in the kitchen, which is adjacent. And
I will take my meal in the kitchen.
the cook is watching you
Okay.
because he is in the kitchen.
Like, is he staring at me the entire
He
time?
is checking to
Wide-eyed.
see. He is a bit.
Tell me about my cookie gas.
He asks you how his cooking is. Take a bite.
It's excellent.
You haven't taken a bite yet.
I can tell it's excellent. It
Well-
smells lovely.
Well, then you
I
need
like
to eat.
I like
You-
to
you
smell
look
my
so
food
thin.
for a while before I eat it.
That's racist. No.
So, you two, are you going to eat or not?
Maybe I'll just kill the cook.
That escalated quickly.
I'm not gonna eat this. Okay. I have a question. Would you let me use Filch to pretend to eat?
conceal,
Or conceal. I can
which
do
is
either
what
one.
that word means.
No, conceal is to hide it. Filch would be sleight
Exactly.
of hand.
Sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand. To
So-
Hide it in your napkin.
I will do that. It will be an opposed check. So
I
you will
have
not-
no slip on Filch.
Okay.
So it can't be opposed.
I'm not sure that's what
What do we
slip
got?
means.
Come on, man.
No,
I'm trying to stay conscious for this.
okay, but yeah.
No, I know.
Let's
Let me look it
actually
up.
play it as it lies.
Filch. That's a
Drink
little.
while
You
we're
may spend points after rolling the die.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
it's at a 2-to-1 ratio.
So, I mean, yeah, it's going to be really
So
hard.
the thing
for you
is,
to
I'm not
figure
going to tell you what the target number is. He's going to roll his. He is watching you, so he's basically.
Well, okay, but if I don't, because of the no slip, if I
Yeah.
don't make it, can I still add them?
You could tell me what you roll, and then if you want, I will roll, and then I will say, do you want to add more points to that?
Well, that's going to be helpful.
I know.
Exactly, it is. You'll have more information than you have right now.
I think
Whatever.
pretty soon we're going to see
I'm
a
going to
werewolf.
spend 6.
All right.
Oh, that's really good.
Well,
A
I
I
need
did-
7
in his
is
hand.
ridiculous, so it doesn't matter. I will tell you a 7 basically will succeed. So.
Okay, good.
So you hide your dinner in the trash. Without
That
you-
was delicious. It was magnificent.
Burp,
I'm so
and then
full.
tell him it's what you do in your culture to
Yeah.
express gratitude.
Yes.
All
See
right.
how
Excuse me.
All right.
they can
What about you, Anne?
That was just
It
for
is
the
a-
benefit of the
What did they
listeners.
give me again?
They gave you roast lamb and green beans. They ask you if you wanted that ahead of time. I would say so. If it's not roast lamb, it would be something that you would want to eat
Okay.
because they ask you what you would want to have for dinner.
So cheese pizza.
Cheese pizza has been
character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
So-
in Italy, whatever.
So what do you do?
I'm guessing that conceal would not work because I am with 2 people instead of 1 person.
Conceal is hiding it, so you could hide it on your person, but that filching would be the sleight of hand of cutting it and then getting rid of it without them seeing.
Is there a dog in the room?
There is not. They do not have a dog.
Curse your lack of dog butt.
That would
Yeah.
have been cool to give it to the dog.
You should take 2 bites and then go puke it up.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna take a bite and then, oh my gosh, what's in this? I have severe allergies. I think I think there might be a spice in here I'm severely allergic to.
It's called salt.
Wow.
And I will use reassurance for them to
No, I
believe
really
that I'm
am allergic.
sincerely gonna like
Okay.
blow up.
Give me a health test.
A health test?
Basically, you can spend hit points. You have to
There
roll
is a
D6.
spice that you're allergic.
No, you roll a D6, and then you can spend health points to increase your roll. But this will measure your resistance to something.
The spice.
But I spit it out.
It must
it
flow.
doesn't matter if it.
If
was
you put it in your mouth, you have to put it in your
Okay.
mouth. So are you spinning?
I will. I'll spend 2 points, I guess.
Okay.
So that's
It's a
6.
choice.
With a what?
6.
It has your mouth goes numb for a
Okay.
bit,
Numb tongue.
and you feel woozy almost immediately.
Does this taste like chloroform to you?
It does. You now know what that's like. So you,
not
but
even-
you keep your, but you rush into the bathroom. Are you going to rush into the bathroom to throw it out, or are you just going to spit it
Yeah.
out? Okay. So you rush into the bathroom.
Flower pot.
And the butler clonks you on the head.
At this point, though,
Yes, boo.
which is in the back, you can see that the conversation has stopped. It's very silent as she rushes out of the room. The cook,
can see this?
Yes,
Okay.
she rushes out and says
Kitchen
that.
is attached
Right.
to the...
Yeah, kitchen is in the center of it. The
Wait,
dining room
is
is
the
very
cook
central.
dead?
Oh no, there's
No, the
something
cook-
wrong with my mistress. I must go check on her.
Yeah, you go to the
I run
bathroom.
to her side.
All right, so the two of you are in the bathroom, which is behind the kitchen.
I'll lock the door.
Roll
You lock the
play.
door.
Because they always
Pull
go in
up.
pairs.
Gag yourself.
All right, it's a small kitchen. You can't hear anything. It is very silent out there.
Is there a window? You can go out through the window.
There is a small window. It would take an athletics check to go through if you want to do that. They put a window in there, so
That's a really bad idea.
it is up to you. You
It
do
is uh,
feel a little
an
woozy.
idea.
All right, I have an idea. Let's pretend you fainted, and I'm going to carry you to bed. And I'm just going to tell them that I need to put you to bed.
Okay.
Okay, let's do that.
Yeah, because when dinner murder fails, they're definitely not going to go after her while she's sleeping.
Do you have
She's not
pharmacy
actually asleep.
Pharmacy?
or medicine or anything like that? Okay, so you don't recognize what they drugged you with or tried to drug you with.
Drugs, obviously.
That was the first aid would
Something
help with that.
bad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wash my mouth out.
Yeah, you wash your
Again and again.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's just ugh. So you hear footsteps coming in front of the bathroom.
Footsteps,
You hear
footsteps.
a polite knock. The butler says,
Footsteps,
"Are you all
footsteps.
right?
My mistress isn't feeling well.
Perhaps you should return. We could call you a car and take you back to the Laughing Horse."
Your car.
She just needs to rest. Just please show us to her room.
Okay.
Quick, faint.
Let's see here.
Quick, does this smell like chloroform to you? Seriously, she passed out.
That's when you hear the howling coming from somewhere nearby.
Outside? Inside?
Upside down?
It is sends trouble checks if you want to figure out the source.
Put 2 points in that.
I didn't spend any. 4.
4. All right. Was it 5? All right. With a 4 and a 5, yeah, that's enough. It's coming from beneath you. In fact, you
This howling is
Are we on the
beneath
ground
me.
floor?
you are on the ground floor, but it is still coming beneath you. The sound. It's a monstrous howling. Long and enraged and lasts for several seconds.
Wow, the wind sounds weird around here.
At that point, you need to open the door. We will put you in your room, and you will speak no more of this, and you will leave and never to return. It is Sir Arthur Vane saying that
Okay.
from outside the bed. Anyways,
Okay. Yeah, she's fainted, so I pick her
you're
up.
saying you're keeping to that? Okay.
Yes.
Are you opening the door?
Yeah.
Okay. The butler and the cook come and grab you and her by the arms and start taking you up to the guest apartment on the second floor. And then you can hear as you were being put inside, you can see as you're walking in, they recently attached bolt locks to it on the outside.
Why are there locks there?
Reasons.
It is best if you stay to your quarters for the rest of the night.
I think we plan on that.
Yeah. Well, then we're in agreement. We will see you in the
I'm gonna
morning.
go to the bathroom. I'm faded, I don't say that.
Well, you're faking
Just
being
the
fainted. You
20s.
didn't actually
Still
faint. You didn't
Jabber
have to
Gods.
faint. So you can wake up at any moment when you're hearing all this happening. But they lock you in your room.
Okay.
And the howling continues again. Give me stability checks.
I feel nervous.
3.
2.
It is 2 stability points. You're
I feel nervous.
very close to a
I'm so
monster.
nervous.
Yeah.
I'm so nervous I could. Nah.
Anyways, so meanwhile, you go to the vicar. He's in his little church, and you can see the light is on. He is working away. You can see through the window that he is working at a desk, writing or reading something, doing research of some sort. You knock on the door. He comes to it and he says, "Oh, hello. Service is over. Are you lost? Did you went to the Latin Horse is back that way?" Again, I'm terrible at accents.
Okay.
No. He's Irish.
So, yeah,
It's not like
in
they have a
that
big
church,
name
I
tag.
would be lost.
Yeah.
But no, Vicar, I've come to verify your information about the veins.
What information? I mean, I'd
I've
be happy to talk about the history of Charles II and all that.
Well, I'm particularly interested in some stories about a curse that I've heard.
There's no such curse. He closes the door on you.
The end.
Try again.
What have I got here?
Abort, retry, fail, ignore.
I don't think explosives is called for here.
Well, you can get through that door pretty easily.
Really? That's a first.
It's a different character, all right? He's not Monsignor Killjoy anymore.
But I have some money that I'd like to donate to the church.
Good tact.
Do you have bargain?
I have credit rating.
All right, a point of credit rating. He says, "Look, It's not what you think, and you're not. I cannot have any information damaging the good name of the Vane family.
Because they're so vain.
Probably think this adventure's about them.
Yeah. That's what we did. Look, it has nothing to do with the Vane family. I don't know. What do you know?
What do you know?
I look. I will tell you that.
Look, people around town already know that you've been researching stuff about a curse.
No, well, that's
the rumor that's going around. So it'd help if you just clarify what you've been doing research on.
It's that damned woman that the Carlisle brought. I don't know her name.
No, it's like a cat.
Meow. Meow.
Right. I need to find out how to pronounce that.
That's a really terrible cat.
This is the point of the show where we all make cat noises.
Look, all I know is it happened after that something. She did something. All right, I believe in the supernatural. There's heaven, there's hell, and it doesn't always stay in those areas. It sometimes comes to Earth, and there's clearly a bit of hell that has come to her. And all I know is that she has information, or she had something that she was. I believe she was jealous of Eloise. She was very possessive of Roger. And and Roger looked fondly upon his cousin. Yeah, I don't think he was romantically. He looked at her, like a sister. But that's jealousy. Is
family.
Jealousy. You okay?
Yeah.
All right.
The table.
Yeah,
Jealousy is a terrible thing, and I believe she used infernal means to get revenge on a slight on a woman who was innocent, and that's all I'm willing to say. Unless you have information to prove that you actually could help the Vane family, you have noble intentions. I will not.
Well, we are greatly concerned about Eloise.
Eloise is a good girl. She is she will get through this as a strong Christian woman.
And we know what damage this Kenyan woman has wrought before, particularly upon the Carlisle household.
Oh, I did not. Yes, I heard about the expedition. They met an ignoble end, and good riddance to them for the evil they brought. But all I know is she left behind something, or Carlisle left behind something in the Vane family. But I've been trying to. They gave it to me to read, but I am not very competent in ancient Greek, and I am trying to understand it.
It's all Greek to me, though.
It
Yeah.
doesn't matter. Just tell them that you are.
Mind if I take a look?
He shows you an ancient journal that is written in classical Greek.
Interestingly, I never burned my language point yet, so.
He says,
I have a colleague, I think, who might be able to make heads and tails of this.
Sorry, I know that's a little meta, but.
yeah.
Bill.
So Bill, you're out. You go to. Are you staying the night, or are you going to the Osgood family?
Yeah, Osgoods.
Osgood. All right. So you, Edith is there. Who? Edith. Good.
Edith?
Osgood. Edith. Sorry. Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah. Says that her husband heard. She is very forthcoming. She is, very honest country woman, and she simply says, "Well, my George, he went out, he heard a noise in the barn, and he went out. He took a shotgun with him, like he always
Went out
does.
to barn.
Yeah, it's probably a fox or something." He said. A moment later, I heard him fire and scream. I saw something hunched over, large, hairy, like a beast. It was tall as a man. And it ran howling into the woods. I said, that's all. That's what I told the police. But it was dark. I mean, I guess it's I've heard of, escaped zoobies. Maybe it was a tiger or something. I don't know. Or a lion?
In the forest of the night.
Yes. But that's where he died. Beast must see in the dark. I mean, those pits are out there all over, and then I have to keep my children from going in the woods during the day because of I don't want them to fall in. But yes, I've been meaning to get them filled up, but he probably killed it. I mean, he must have missed. I mean, with the shotgun. I mean, because I heard it took other victims after that.
Indeed.
Yes, that's what she tells you. At that point, though, you hear a scream in the distance.
Thank you, sound effects guy.
Yes. So, what do you do?
From what direction is the scream?
Out towards the woods. It is definitely human, though.
I shrug in my gangster vest, and which I still have.
Of course.
And I guess I'll turn on my torch and
Go
All
see
right.
about a scream.
yeah.
All right, you
See
head off into the
about a
woods
scream.
by yourself.
Yep.
Good job. You give me some trouble check.
Me?
Yes, you're looking at the journal, puzzling it over, saying, "Hey, I got a colleague."
I'll spend a point.
Yeah.
That'll be a 6.
You hear a very distant scream. Human-ish.
Ish.
Well, you can't really tell from this distance.
It's a scream.
It could be a goat. We are
Yeah.
in the English countryside.
It could be a goat.
Oh, come on, we've all seen those videos.
No, I see it. I see it.
Screaming goat. Yeah, it's important.
So are you going to head off to investigate?
Can I take the book
That's
with
a good
me?
one, too.
No. It is very delicate. The vicar will not part sight with it. Because there's only hope to. He has a Greek dictionary. He is slowly translating it. Very slowly.
it's going to take a long time.
Yeah.
Could I help him with library use?
If you want to ignore the scream, yeah, you can.
Yeah, I'll ignore the screen.
All right, whatever.
All right. That's fine. You two, you're
Do I actually
high
have to
up.
spend the library use?
You can't do it tonight. You
Okay.
have to actually go to a
Can I
library
use
to get-
locksmith to break us out?
Sure.
Okay, I'll do that.
That's what it does.
You basically, even though it's locked on the outside, it's a bolt, and you realize you can just get a hairpin and use
That's
it
what
to
I
drag
do.
it across.
Which
Yeah.
you
I'm
happen
still
to
a
have.
chopstick.
Yeah.
Do I have to spend one though?
Yes, it is difficult.
All right.
And I assume you want to do so in such a way that you will not be noticed.
There, yes.
If they lock you in your
Quietly-
room, you
quietly
open the
and
door,
stealthy.
and stealthily, you see that there are lights in the other rooms. Looks like everyone's locked themselves in their rooms for the night. So,
Run out.
if you make, since you're together, you two can make a stealth test
you.
to get downstairs,
I think.
or you could set the
Okay.
building on fire. I don't know. What do you want to do?
It's a together
Where
stealth
are
test, right?
to Eloise's room?
You're across the hallway from it.
Let's stop there.
Like, okay, you're on the south side of the building. The staircase is in the middle of the floor, and then Eloise is on the north side. So you just have to walk across.
And so everyone's room is in this hallway.
Yes. Here, I'll show you. They actually have
Let's go.
second floor.
I'll show you.
See, there's guest apartment, open stairway, Eloise.
Next to the conservatory with
No.
Colonel Mustard.
Okay.
You're actually right across from Sir Arthur's apartment, but he's got a light on, but he's in. Looks like he's in there. So yeah, so you just have to cross the hallway and get to Eloise's apartment, which is
Okay.
closed, and there's no light on underneath the door.
Okay.
So,
What do you want to do?
Let's go check there first and then go down to the dungeon.
all right, that would be a stealth test. Bleh.
Just one of us needs to roll.
Yeah, it's a group thing, so both of you can spin, but only one person needs to make a roll.
I'll add 2.
Okay. How much should I Can we add 2?
Sure.
Or I could add 1.
2's fine.
Okay, I want 2. So we
Okay.
have plus 4. So we have 8.
You are ninjas. You avoid
Sneaky,
every
sneaky.
squeaky board, which there are
They
several.
glow if you look closely enough.
Yes. They're highlighted. So you get to Eloise's door.
I hit tab to highlight interactable objects.
Yeah. What do you do?
We try to open the door.
It is unlocked.
We go in.
There is no one there.
we look around?
It is her apartment. What do you want to look for?
Evidence collection to see if there's anything to help us understand what's going on around
There
here?
is a diary. She has a diary.
I take her diary.
Okay.
I read it.
That will take up time.
Okay, I'll read it later.
I mean, you can go back to your room, read it, and then return it when no one would know, but that would basically be your.
No, that's fine. I'll just
You'll
slip it into
steal.
my.
You'll steal the
I'm gonna-
young girl's diary.
Yes, that's what's happening.
All right.
Dude,
It does have a lock on it, but it's a 0-point lock spin to open.
Yeah, no kidding.
I can.
You can
just
jimmy
rip
that
the
open
cover
pretty
off if I
easily.
need to.
So, all right, you got her diary. There's
Okay.
nothing else that really stands out to you.
Okay, so we leave and
Okay.
sneak to the dungeon.
All right, with an 8, you don't have to. Well, you don't know where the dungeon is. You only have been to the first and second floor.
Okay.
You do realize, however, there is a cellar. There was a staircase in the kitchen that led down to the cellar.
Let's check there.
Did we hear the scream?
Yes. Actually, no. You're too far away. You two are
I'm in a
too.
castle.
We heard the howls.
You heard the howls, which happen every once in a while, and are very loud and very scary.
Howls.
You've
So
already,
there was a scream somewhere else, and the howls are continuing.
the howls are.
But we
yeah.
don't know about the scream.
Yeah,
is
you're
what
too far away to
saying.
hear the scream.
Got it.
So you're in the castle.
Okay, so want to go down into the cellar?
Again, there
As you.
So scary.
there.
All right. So
We head that way very slowly.
To death.
Yeah, the last time we were in a dungeon together, it didn't work out very well.
No, that was a basement.
Good point. That's very different.
Yeah.
but no, the basement did
Also
lead to
avoid
what can
closets.
only be described as a dungeon. I mean,
It's
that
true.
whole-
It is true.
yeah. So,
Okay, so we go there.
all right. As you head down the cellar, you see a light. Someone flashing about. It looks like somebody with a flashlight is investigating the cellar.
Is investigating the cellar?
Well, I mean, moving around with a
Are
flashlight.
they trying to
In
be
the
sneaky
cellar.
and quiet?
With
You
a
don't know?
flashlight.
Yeah. They might be trying to be quiet so people upstairs don't hear them.
Okay, we hide in the pantry.
All right, that would be another stealth test, though. Because you're getting by someone who is actually there. To get by the patrolling person or guard.
All right, I'll spend one.
Okay. I'll spend another one. Can we do the together roll again?
Yeah. You're both together. You're both coordinated.
So 8.
8. All right. You easily buy it. You see it is the cook. The cook
Should have
is...
killed him. I knew I should have killed him.
Wow, you can go and garrot him now if you
Do you
want
still have
to.
the poisonous?
That's true. I should have kept the poison food. I know where the poison food is, though.
They found it.
Dang it.
Yes, eat your dinner. Yes.
They realized you didn't eat it when you didn't pass out. So
Weird.
Yeah, imagine that. Okay.
anyway, so Bill, you're out in the woods at night.
This is a horrible choice, but I'm making it.
It is.
Well, we're going into the dungeon.
Well, Sean, now I know what it feels like to be you.
All right. As you unfortunately, it is quite bright because it is a full moon.
Yeah. Also, I have a flashlight.
You have a flashlight, but in the distance, it's quite odd. You see fog.
Not a
Horrors?
werewolf with a Chinese menu in his hand.
Well, it's low and rolling, and you don't hear the scream again. All right, but it was definitely coming in the direction of the fog. As you get close to it, you can give me a sense trouble check.
I tearfully turn the gun on my son. Oh, no, wait, it's fog, not mist.
Yes.
Sorry, what kind of check am I making? I was
Sense
too
trouble.
busy being a sarcastic ass.
Yes.
5.
5.
Didn't spend points.
As you get closer to it, you smell this odd odor, an acrid odor, like burning hair.
60% of the time, it works 100% of the time.
And you actually remember because you actually talked to the person in the clinic. You remember the story about the thing in the fog and how there was an acrid odor.
Thing in the fog.
Yes, it almost had me. Yeah.
Okay.
So you're smelling that, and so what do you do?
Find a likely looking tree and climb up it.
Okay.
This
And-
cannot get worse.
Make a note. You smell burning hair. You should probably get a cat scan.
Let's see here.
At
You
least it's not key lime pie.
give me an athletics check.
All right, I'll spin 2. 8.
All right,
The
you
Ocho.
get up the tallest tree very quickly.
All right, I take out my camera.
Okay, do you have photography?
I do.
All right, are you gonna take a? You definitely need a flash for that.
Okay, I mean, I'm waiting around. Like,
all right, the fog is rising up. It is actually focused. It is just it's climbing the tree. It is moving up just around the tree, reaching towards you. Now that's not how fog behaves. So you should give me a stability check.
All right, I'll spend one because reasons. 3! Still fail.
Yeah, no, that is 3 stability. It's coming towards you. It is trying to,
And that's worse than the unearthly howling. Just throwing that out there.
You
It's attack miss.
the unearthly howling. Yeah, you hear that in the distance. Both of you hear that in the distance. It's quite distance. So yeah, give me both stability checks for that as well. Bill and Sean.
Oh, well,
Oh.
I just think it costs more stability.
Yeah, because it's coming towards you. It's not like
I'm not in the woods, but 1.
everyone in the village can hear the howling.
Okay,
so
1.
it is 1 stability. You hear an unearthly howling, and you're like, the hell's going on?
I got a 5 on
You're
that
fine.
one.
Yeah,
so
no.
howling fine. Missed, what the fuck?
Yeah, the mist is coming for you. That's
Fog.
Bad
Sorry.
game.
yeah. The fog is coming for you. So yeah, and you're up a tree by your own choice. So
Oh, yeah, it was a choice.
yeah, it is coming
on,
towards you. What are you going to do?
Um,
You can give me another sense trouble check.
sure, I'll do that. I will spend 3, which will give me 6.
You actually notice as you're climbing the tree, you pointed your flashlight down at it, and that what was in the beam of the light actually retreated.
Okay.
Have any way of making fire?
Well, I'm up a tree in February, so. I mean,
What does that have to do with fire?
I don't know. In the meanwhile, I'm just gonna go all
right.
sweep the flashlight on it.
All right. You do so. So that will be your night if you can't think of anything else to do.
That's assuming the batteries last.
That's
that
a
long.
preparedness check, actually.
So there's like nothing in the fog.
All right, yeah. If you're looking down, all right. Are you focusing on looking at it, or are you just trying to keep it away from you?
Yes.
Okay, give me another stability check.
Okay. I'll just roll it. This can't get worse.
Yeah.
It didn't. 6.
All right.
Aha.
You do see that there is something inside of it, inside of the fog, something within whip-like tentacles that you can only see silhouetted shapes of.
All right. At an opportune moment, I'm going to try to take a photo of it.
Okay. You spin your point of photography, and with the flash bulb,
Yeah. What does that do to the fog?
it recoils in pain, and you push it down all the way to the base of the tree. And you have a photo of the thing. I think.
Like it's just to the base of the tree.
Yeah.
Okay, so I couldn't like.
Well, it's not a continuous light. It was just one light.
Sure, but like if at that point I started shining at it, and
Yeah.
like, can I keep it at bay enough to come back down the
Give me
tree?
a preparedness check. Batteries. It's a predator. It's trying to get you, and you're caught.
Okay. Can I spin that overspin pool from succeeding on sense trouble?
Sure.
Okay. In that case, I'll spend a total of that's 2, and I'll add 1 from preparedness to make 3 for 8.
All right. You have batteries. You have plenty of extra batteries.
Okay.
For some reason, you had it. So you just need to give me 1 athletics check to hold on to the tree for the rest of the night.
No,
he's
gonna
no,
run
I'm
away.
coming.
Okay.
I'm trying to keep it away.
Oh,
enough
okay.
that I
Okay.
can
Well,
make a
then give me
landing.
the athletics check to climb down.
Okay. That's why I was a little curious
Okay.
about having batteries right then.
All right. Well, yeah.
No, I failed the athletics.
All right. So you fall. But fortunately, you did push it away enough that you're not right up to it.
Ow.
That's -2 because it's on soft ground, fortunately. So 3 damage.
That does hurt, but
Yeah, it hurts, but you get up and you're shining the flashlight all around. So I assume you're running to safety at this
Yes.
point? All right, that's another athletic or fleeing
Is that a
check.
horse?
Fleeing or athletics?
No, I don't wish I had a horse in the night in the woods. Because I don't wish to be dead.
You might as well have skis going down a mountain in the dark.
I'm going to go ahead and spend all my fleeing because reasons. 5.
All right, with a 5, you get back to the Osgood farm, which they have lights, and you rush in there, just panic, wide-eyed, out of breath, and they are quite terrified of seeing you. But because what the hell did you see out there? And you refuse. I assume you were probably too shocked to speak about it for at least a few minutes.
Oh, I suppose.
Yeah, you can eventually tell them if you want once you catch your breath. But
I have photos.
Yes. All right.
That will require a stability check on anybody that sees them.
Well, that's for showing other people, not looking at myself.
Let's see here. So you're helping them with the translation.
We'll tie them to the mirror.
So you're fine. You're howling out there. Yeah,
Everything's fine.
everything's fine.
Ah, the creatures of the night. What beautiful music. they
So
make.
Anne, so Margot, and
Is that a Swedish vampire?
you get past the cook, who was apparently just checking the cellar, and you get into the cellar.
We look around.
Fascinating.
You see there is a wine cellar that is kind of
Swedish chef is a vampire.
you walk down there, you see there's old furniture, firewood, but then there's a wine cellar. You move through the wine cellar, and you can see there's more. Past the wine cellar, there's some more storage, but there is another staircase leading down. And the howling, you hear it very clearly. It is coming directly below you from that stairs leading down. So give me another stability check because you're very close to it now.
I fail. 3.
All right, 2 stability if you fail. Because you are getting really close to it.
Still not as terrifying as fog.
I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, you've only heard it so far.
You may have been in World War One. Fog may look like chlorine gas to you.
I'm pretty sure I'm too young for that.
You actually you saw the thing in the fog too. So
Well,
there is a
John
thing.
Carpenter's?
Yeah.
Yes.
So are you two going to head down?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's ready our guns. And is there anything in the cellar I could use as an improvised weapon?
There's a lot of things.
Like a wine bottle?
Yeah, wine bottles. There are bits of wood you could use as a club.
A giant sword?
Yeah, sure. No, there's a claymore. There is a rusted claymore there.
Okay, I grab it.
All right, it is a claymore. It is very large.
That's fine. I'm good. I'm strong.
Probably may have been used in the era of
Does any of the
Braveheart.
wood have like rusted nails in it?
Yeah, sure.
So we're going
Your
down.
plan is to give the werewolf tetanus. Is that what I'm hearing?
Whatever. It's a good weapon of defense.
It's a good plan. Glad to not
All
be a part of
right,
it.
so you two head down. What weapon do you have equipped?
So we have a sword and a pistol.
Well, the claymore is a two-handed weapon. It's really big.
Well, so I have a pistol stuck here, and I have.
Okay, you have a giant rusted sword.
Yeah.
And what about you?
I have the wood and the gun.
Okay, so you're just akimbo, like
Actually,
club and gun. Actually, it is very dark because there are no windows now, and so
In the cellar.
yeah, in the cellar, and well, there was a bit of light coming down from the staircase leading
Yeah.
up there, but not so much here. So you would actually have to turn on a light in order to get down into the dungeon.
Okay.
I
You
installed
do have a
duct tape
flashlight,
mod.
so who will have?
Well, I guess I'm using both hands on the sword.
All right, so you have a flashlight and a gun, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, or do you want to have the club ready? And
Can I fit the club? Just put it in my belt so I
Yeah,
can
sure.
have it.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I'll do that.
no problem.
Just don't fall back on it, okay?
It's fine. There are no electricity, but there actually are lanterns. Well, no, there are some candles and lanterns, but you already have electric torches, so you're fine. It is, let's see here, a long flight of stairs lead you into the eerie silence of the warder's room and the torture chamber, where there is an iron door and individual cells. Let's see here, the iron door is locked. And directly past it, you can hear there is a like something being slammed against a door past the iron door. You can tell there's actually, basically, there's the first iron door, and then you can see there's cells past it, but then there's another iron door behind it. And behind that iron door, there's 2 iron doors. So the first one is locked with locksmith, and it's an old crappy lock, so you could work it open.
Okay.
Actually, no, they have keys right there, so
that's convenient.
that you unlock it. You go past the cells, and you're in front of the iron door. Behind the iron door, second door, is the howling is coming from that door, and it just something slams against the door, and you can see the earth shake around it, and bits of dust and things fall from the ceiling. Do either of you have mechanics, repair, architecture?
I have mechanical repair.
Mechanical repair for free. You can tell that this door is very, very solid, very well built, but something of tremendous strength is throwing itself against the door. It will not last forever. Whether that is tonight or in weeks, you cannot tell. But I will say, just because of reasons, there is a little slot you could open up to take a look at it.
I'm going to knock first.
All right, the howling actually stops.
Housekeeping.
The howling stopped, and then you hear what sounds like little
cat feet. They belong to the fog.
No, like claws on metal, like just touching the door, and then you hear like a sniffing sound. More.
Eloise?
We mean you no harm.
Is that what you're saying?
Sure.
All right. There's actually kind of a whining sound.
Oh, that's really sad.
Eloise, we're here to help you, but we need help helping you.
Help us, help you.
There's a little bit of scratching at the door.
We should have brought a dog treat.
Hey, on the plus side, now we have a dog.
Yeah.
I don't think we're about to tame the monster. That's not how this is going to end.
I think we should. We can name her Smyhund.
Hey, that's the thing. Although,
What do you do?
if the dog's the monster, then who are we going to pull the rubber mask off of?
Yeah.
Old Man Johnson.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's always Old Man Johnson.
Well, we're not going to kill her.
Okay.
I feel like we should just guard her until she turns back into herself.
Okay. Are you staying the night? You hear more scratching coming from about the area of where the doorknob is.
Yep, I sit down next to the door and I sing to
Despite
her.
a lack of opposable thumbs.
Well, it's not like they have the handle on the inside, so
Seen in Jurassic Park.
So what about you, Anne? Or what is Margot doing?
Clever girl.
You're staying then?
I'm going to stay and sing to her, and hopefully it'll keep her calm and not make her bust down the door.
All right.
Okay, I'll kind of look out.
Are you going to open the slot and look in?
No.
You really want us to do that, don't you?
I
would like to keep my stability, just personally.
All right. Fair enough. Oh yeah, you also lose 1 sanity for seeing the mythos.
Stability and sanity?
Yep,
that's
it's a mythos shock.
Yeah, I will sing her,
Okay,
songs
so you
of my
start
homeland.
singing, and then at first
Let me sing you the song of my people.
you start singing for a little bit, and at first the thing behind the door is quiet, and then after a moment, you pick it up. It starts to growl, very low at first, and then you can hear sounds of like claws moving somewhere throughout the cell, and then with a tremendous shake, it just throws itself against the cell door, and you can see it is bent. The cell door itself is bent ever so slightly. Sooner or later, it will get through this door.
Tonight?
Maybe, you don't know.
Maybe we should go on the other side of the ice.
Yeah.
So, no stability loss, but that was you did stop singing as soon as it slammed itself. It also appears to be impervious to, like, it's throwing itself with incredible strength against this door again and again, and it just doesn't show any sign of hesitating or letting up. So, what do? Are you going to sneak back up to your room? Or are you going to... I don't know.
Well,
Do we see any more in this room that makes us think there are passages to other rooms? Or this is just a dead
or
end?
to other places.
Do you have architecture?
No.
You do not see anything that jumps out at you. You could spend a few hours knocking on walls if you wanted to, just, hear for hollow spaces. That would be about it. It's hard to hear, though. Well, with the,
Yeah, the howl.
monstrous howling and screaming.
Penny?
Yeah.
Penny?
So, yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna burn my diary. We can read the diary.
You're gonna go back to
Yeah.
the place you were before.
All right, as you return, start going back up, you hear footsteps coming from above you as you're in the cellar. Two sets of footsteps, and move. So what are you going to do?
I'm gonna hide behind the wine racks.
Okay. Where did they go?
Oops.
So you could reveal yourself, or they know you've left. I mean, like 12-year-olds or something.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, that would probably work in terms of escaping.
Yeah.
Classic misdirection.
All else fails, just flash. No, let's try hiding first and just see what they do.
Well, they're clearly looking for you, and you can make a stealth test to get by them without being detected. But they will get you if you. I mean, they are looking. They know you left your room, so even if you go back into the room, they'll be like, "Where did you go?"
Well, let's try to sneak to our horses.
You could flee.
Just go back and pretend you were never gone.
You can check out any time you
that's
want.
gonna work.
You can never leave.
So our options are stay here and hide,
Eventually, they will find you.
right?
unless you
Or go to
walk.
our horses and try to flee.
Well, I mean, you can stay hidden from them as long as you want. You have to make a stealth test against them sooner or later. But they know you're
Tell
gone.
them.
You could confront them, or you could flee. Basically.
I guess we have to just. Are they lying to us because they're just afraid to tell us? Like, would they accept our help?
They're the British nobility. They're lying to you because it might be slightly embarrassing.
Well,
Or it could be like the
they
Dr.
do
Who
have
episode.
some sort of monster in the cellar.
We have a lot of information.
Maybe we should just try to offer our help and see if they'll let us. And if that fails, then we'll stab them.
Yeah, are you taking the claymore up when you confront them?
Yeah,
All right.
this is mine now.
Actually, I think that works better as an ultimatum. Let us help, or we'll
I
stab
found
you.
this sword down there.
Okay.
Are you going to stick them with the pointy end?
Yes, yes. Or slash you with the slicey side.
All right. Yeah, you could do that. All right. So you're going up there. So you go up there. You see Sir Arthur Vane and Lawrence, and looks like the cook and the butler are also searching the grounds. And the as you walk up, it says, "No, their horses are still. Oh, they're right there. Oh.
Jolly good.
Hey guys,
What were you doing down there?
What one, Jeeves? That was quite
we
easy.
found your monster.
She's not an author, the son. She's not a monster. She's not a monster.
I know,
Lawrence?
she's
Lawrence
Eloise.
the son?
Yes. Yeah, sorry.
said
Lawrence.
author.
Yeah. Sorry. Lawrence.
We know she's been cursed.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know
it's
by who.
Eloise.
Okay. What do you want? Who are you?
We know about the cult of the Black Goat. We know more than you could ever know.
Okay.
More than you.
Oh, you ever want to know?
Yeah, definitely that.
We want to help.
You want to help? All right. That would be a point spend. You can make bargain, intimidate.
Spend bargain.
Insurance.
Claymore.
I'll spend bargain.
Bargain. Yeah.
Let us help, and in turn, you tell us the whole story.
Let us hope that in
All right.
turn I won't
Well.
stab you.
You've already been there. You know the worst of it. He tells you that that a few years ago, shortly before Roger Carlyle left for his expedition, he paid a visit to his cousin Eloise, and he brought with him this entourage that included this African woman who he was clearly infatuated with. and she was very jealous. And she told these. And one night, she told a story about a curse of the druids would put on people, and that it was something that happened on the 21st birthday of the victim. And Eloise was not quite 21 yet, but I thought it was just she was just using her superstition to try and because she was a mad woman. I don't know. I can't imagine. I can't comprehend her motives, but it seems to have been true. But Roger left behind this book later on, and I think now that maybe he realized that this was that he recognized what that woman did to her and left the book behind as a way to try and that we could use it to make amends. But it's. The vicar is looking at it now. He's a learned man. He will be able to solve this, and we can all get on with our lives. And what happened was clearly an accident, and we can't bring them back. So there's nothing to be done. It's that woman, but she died. Good riddance, So
Wow.
We don't know that.
No, but
She was attached to the expedition.
and the expedition was supposed to be wiped out in Kenya.
Okay.
Now, granted, given now that he said that, she's the one that survived,
Right.
obviously.
well, I think we already kind of knew that anyway.
She's probably the one who just.
Okay, so
Yeah.
here's what we have to offer in
She is
return.
Nyarlathotep.
Yeah.
I'm just
We
gonna throw that
have
out right now.
some men traveling with us.
Said exactly like that. We have some men traveling with us.
The villagers did say there was a party of 4.
Yes. So the other 2 members of our party,
Yeah, Jennifer Love Hewitt had to leave us.
Yeah.
one of them speaks Greek or
The
reads
other
Greek
speaks
at
dog
least.
fluently.
And he may
It's
be
fine, Sonny. I
able.
speak jive.
Yes.
He may be able to help.
All right, so he is desperate. He has nothing left, and he makes you swear to keep the secret.
Of course.
The family is distraught, but they will
You
keep
are one of
her.
many
Every
secrets.
full moon, they just drug her and put her in the cellar.
You do know that door is about to give, right?
No, it's
Yeah, you really need to see the door.
all right. They will reinforce the door. They will do that.
All right. So in the morning, we will bring our 2
Man.
man here
All right, so-
to talk with you.
So morning arrives, and
No, we already got his book.
Yeah, I got a book.
That's all he's good for.
Turns out,
Well, I mean, we may need him and another him.
An older version of him.
Yeah.
A younger version of him.
Depending on which he is.
Yeah.
What?
Old priest and young priest.
exorcist. So the morning arrives, but there's quickly news spreads that there's a new victim of the monster.
but it wasn't her. I know it wasn't her.
This is
Yes.
the fog.
Fog.
I know.
This victim is not mutilated either. It is the rumor is that it is ghastly purple and looks like he is. His eyes are white and it's just horrible. It's horrible.
Is it anyone we've met yet?
No, it's another villager. I don't want to come.
Unnamed extra number 3.
Yeah.
Dave. His name's Dave.
So constable's looking into it, and he quickly issues a peek. But he sends word out that it's not an animal. It's just someone who died of a heart attack. It was an old man who died of a heart attack. Clearly, it's just
Really?
yeah. Well, there are no. He says there's no bite marks. There's no claw marks on it. That's the story. Some old man died out when I was out in the moors for some reason. So you guys can investigate
It clearly
that.
says moops.
Yeah. So you can investigate that if you want, but you have your information with you, or you can spend the day reading the book.
I'll read the
That's-
book.
Well, he's the one who speaks Greek, right?
Well,
So
And
I'll
we'll read the
book.
diary while he's
Okay.
reading the book.
You take poor Eloise's diary. She talks about what Carlisle was talking about, and so you get information about the Carlisle expedition. Apparently,
Yay, plot.
Yes, they were talking about finding the ancient remnants of the Black Pharaoh's kingdom in order to help bring about a better world. That he had these utopian visions that
They
it was-
always do.
Yes. So it goes on and on and on about that. But you get some information about it. Apparently they had. She talks about her associates, and there are certain names dropped that you've heard before. There was a psychologist that was mentioned before, the doctor who examined Carlisle, who went on his expedition. Apparently, it was
Hudson.
Yes, Hudson. Quite an impressive person. He was actually there as well. There's also Jack Brady, who was his Roger Carlyle's bodyguard. Apparently,
And brother to Wayne.
Brady hated the African woman and Hudson and Houston, actually, Huston. So Jack Brady apparently did not. The party was not harmonious. There was. But he was loyal to Roger, and that's why he stuck around. So there's a lot of information that you can cull from that. So you can just spend the day, reading, and ignore
It's been
that.
a long
Thank
night
you.
screaming and howling and.
Barnes and Noble, get a mocha latte, sit in chairs.
The information you get from the book is in ancient Greek, but it talks about the Order of Druids. It talks about the old ones and their messenger. One of the old ones, the black goat, is served or serves the messenger. The crawling chaos. It talks about the relationship and talks about this ritual, but you can see it is incomplete. The ritual, it is not described as a curse, but as a blessing, the black goat's blessing.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, one man's curse is another man's blessing. So it seems that there's two things it talks about. There is one part of the ritual you have. Apparently, you have two parts of the ritual. One part is to actually put it on somebody. The other part is to increase its power so that the person is not limited to only the lunar cycle, but able to activate the blessing at any time. But the third part, to remove it, which was used as apparently a weapon against people who displeased. Like, we'll give you this blessing, but if you disobey us, we'll remove the blessing from you. That part isn't there, but you realize that this part was probably ripped out by someone, so probably it is among the possessions of someone on the expedition. So you'll have to find it somewhere else. The princess is in another castle.
Seriously.
Question for my esteemed colleague reading in Greek. For the second part of the ritual that you've been telling us about that increases the power, does that mean they can control it?
That's what it sounds like.
Just saying.
No, it doesn't.
6 is 1/2 dozen of another.
Yeah, Bill would be the one who has to do that. But you, you realize, though, you cannot cure her at this time. You need more information. You need help from someone else, or to find more the rest of this book.
I'm not actually sharing that out.
Well, that's what Bill finds out.
That is, that's going to be on a need-to-know basis.
Well, can we share that there's the potential way to remove it?
There are references to other books. There are to other beings. So you realize if you can get access to a mythos library of information, you could research perhaps another way to remove the cure. Or if you contacted perhaps, an enlightened being of some sort,
Light.
Yeah.
They might.
That actually...
Yeah, so you could do that.
They like to come in and be the cleanup crew here, so...
You do, okay, so you can send a message to Lamplighers. You actually receive a message very quickly back, but it's actually dated before you sent the message out.
Yeah.
That seems like it should be surprising, but I'm going to say even in character, all things considered, that's not surprising at this point.
Unfortunately, the message does not have good news. It says, due to certain activities in London, our English chapter is closed down for the time being. Please look for us in any of the other cities relevant to your research. Thank you. Or you could use...
Are they launching the thermonuclear missiles at us now?
Or if you wish to meet with us earlier, you could refer to the place where the Oregon. And you realize the Oregon is a reference to the dream play, because remember, that's where you picked it up.
Oh,
the lake in Oregon. So you realize perhaps if you use the dream play, maybe you could talk to them more easily. So
Do it.
that would be a night. So it's still during the day.
Didn't we use dream play already? And it
I don't remember.
Oh
No, we just talked to Maori, whatever her name was.
Who?
Crazy.
Omri.
Oh, Omri.
Omri.
Yeah,
Omri. Yeah.
Omri.
Omri.
Hey, I see what you did there.
So,
I turned.
but the thing
back
is,
into
if the
plastic.
thing, why is the thing in the fog here? That's a message. That's something that, like, it was attacking somebody in London, and somebody who had the word Gavigan on his lips, who kept saying Gavigan. That cult leader?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that guy.
So you've got a couple days to rest up now, but yeah. So you can decide what you want to do next. What are your next
So a
plans?
couple of days to rest up. So general abilities.
Well, that's what you want to do. You've already had a few days to rest up. Remember, you're
Oh, okay. Sorry, missed the continuity.
So what are we gonna do?
Go to Kenya.
Eventually.
So we basically have to tell the family we'll be back
Yeah.
once we have the answer. But we have a lead.
Signs cloudy. Try again later.
Yeah. Take care of that door while we're gone.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. And then where do we want to go next?
There's what? There's Kenya, Cairo, Australia, Shanghai.
Cairo.
I thought it. Oh, that's what you want to do. That seems dicey.
What's our lead in Cairo?
Curious shop.
I think Kenya would make sense as the next go, but then we'd have to go to Cairo right after that, probably.
Yeah.
Because we have a lot of stuff pointing at Kenya.
Do we
Yeah.
have any, like, a city or anything in Kenya?
It's probably.
Mombasa.
Oh, okay.
Probably.
yeah.
I figured it was not
Mombasa.
really, but I was wrong.
There have been ties to Mombasa.
Mombasa.
Say it again.
Mombasa.
I'm missing my notes.
Let's see here. There's the Kenya notes that Jackson Elias talked about. That mention certain names.
Yeah.
There's also the cult of the Bloody Tongue, which is based in Kenya. So let's see here.
Or there's always Shanghai.
Yeah. Carlisle expedition.
I'm
Yeah.
sure
So
our
Mombasa
heat
would
has
be the
gone
place you
down
would
there.
head to first.
Well, I have no heat in
It's
Shanghai.
been
Well,
like
yeah.
years after our.
Not years. It's been
Prolonged
about 8
sleep.
months.
From what? Since you started? Since the Shanghai adventure?
Yeah.
How much time passed between that weird dream sequence?
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
several months. Yeah.
So it's been over a year then.
Yeah. Yeah, Shanghai's
coming
cool.
right
Yeah,
up on
the
it.
people in Shanghai have totally forgotten about it by now. So
I vote Kenya.
Okay.
And so our leads there are the cult of the Bloody Tongue and what else?
I also have a friend in Kenya.
we can go over the notes after the game, but yeah, there are multiple leads to Kenya, so
Okay.
that would be a valid place to start investigating. They're basically Kenya, Cairo, Australia, and Shanghai.
Well, okay. Here, I have been thinking about it a little more. So, while I won't spell out any of the precise details of the ritual stuff, just because, less minds that's in, the better.
Yeah,
I will tell you guys that, there's an option that... So it does really seem like it would be controllable.
that's what it's indicating. I mean, that it was used for acolytes of the Black Goats cult, but the base one was just triggered by the obviously the source of werewolf legends.
Yeah.
But the second blessing would allow it to become. They were used as warriors and assassins. It talks about, and then
So-
the final thing was
to remove it. Yeah.
for those who become errant or uncontrollable.
Right. So, first issue, do we trust this saying that it is controllable?
We don't know what the side effects are, though. It
Right.
might be controllable, but warp her mind so that she
to
constantly
make her
wants
want
to.
I
Well, and
think.
didn't it say that it made her stronger?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a risk.
So, yeah, maybe the devil you know. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, let's just keep that part under wraps then, and we will tell them that. Yeah, we
Yeah, so
will
you have
to
tell
lock
them
her
about
up
that
once a
second
month.
part. Yeah.
So the thing is, you can send once you find the cure, you could either just mail it or have ask somebody to return it. And
I'm sure the lamplighters will be back by then.
yeah, so yeah, you can. It's an ongoing quest. You have not totally resolved it, but you've got information, and certainly you'll regain sanity if you can cure her of her poor condition. So that's another way you can do some good and save a poor innocent person. But it's not something that can be resolved here. At this time. So subplot. So you spend the day reading these two sources. Are you going to return her diary or keep it?
No, we'll return it.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe we should keep it. There might be some extra juicy details. About
She's still alive.
Yeah, she is still alive.
She is still a human being.
I'm just gonna rip off.
29 out of 30 days of the month.
Yeah. It still counts as she gets her diary back.
I guess she's a human being. She's 21. She's not a teenager.
That's
so
right.
Wow.
Where did the Carlisle expedition disappear?
Kenya.
yeah.
They
See,
went to
everything is
Cairo.
pointing at Kenya.
They started in Cairo, but then they went south to
Kenya.
Do we have the
relax.
exact location or roundabout
Yes.
location? Okay.
You find they went in Mombasa, and you know the place where they were. The news reports were pretty detailed in where they were ambushed and
Okay.
where they were killed by tribesmen who were then rounded up and killed. So, but yeah,
All right.
I'd have to look to see if the bodies were recovered. I don't know. The bodies were not recovered, but yeah. So that is your decision to go to Kenya. All right. So as you head to, so you tell the Vanes that you could find the cure for her condition. But you'll have to find the rest of the book. They thank you. You don't mention the second part. Because they might go for that because that's better than nothing, according to that, that's the decision
That's
you
the
make.
problem.
You return Eloise's diary; she is very gracious about it. Or she's still feeling ill, and by ill,
Rough night.
yeah.
Sorry if my son
Bad dreams, very bad dreams, and then you head out to the train station. So you take the train. You get the last train, so you'll be on the train as you're heading night.
The last train.
So as you're going back to London to get to the ship, to get to the port, the train starts slowing down.
happening?
It is slightly unusual. It should not be slowing
Nazis
down.
are boarding the train. and
Do we
looking
see
for
fog
papers.
out our windows?
You can all give me sense trouble checks.
Point.
I'll send two.
That'll be a natural 5.
Natural 5. That's not
We're rolling big here tonight, folks.
I only had a 3.
literally not like how you use natural for that. I mean, you're accurate, but it's not like a natural 20 or a natural 6 even.
Can you crit on a 6?
Usually.
Yeah, by the way, I got a 6. So
Okay.
that's where I'm at.
Those of you with a 5 or better, that's what we were looking for.
Yay!
You see two things. One, fog. Yes, it is definitely
knew it.
coming. But
It's London. There's always.
you're not in
fog.
London. You're outside of London. You're about 70 miles away.
It's England. There's always
Alright.
fog.
All right.
Actually,
fair
a
There's
fog
not always
monster in
a
England
monster.
would be truly terrifying.
2, there is, it looks like a truck that has been set on fire, and that's why in the middle of the railroad tracks. Looks like that's why it's
We didn't have
stopping.
anything
It was on.
planned today.
Heyo.
That's why it stopped because there is a burning truck in its way, and because it was on fire, the conductor had enough time to hit the brakes.
Good.
So. Yeah, and it's not going to be easy to move it because, it's on fire and there's no, fire department nearby because you're in the middle of the countryside. So,
Just wait, it'll start raining.
yeah. So what are you going to do?
For a Klondike bar?
Well, they don't exist yet. Wait it out. And the fog is coming up behind you. You're about in the middle of the train. The fog is approaching the rear of the train. Directly at it. It is actually kind of unusual. It's not a rolling bank. It is more like a sort of elongated, stream of fog, a river of fog.
Well, it didn't like light, so we could go stand by the flaming truck, and it probably wouldn't come close to us.
This is true.
Hello?
We have to get out of the train.
Yeah, that
Okay, fine, let's just...
that seems horrible for a lot of reasons.
Okay.
If we had some way of making light from here, that'd be great.
Unless
There
it's
is
like
a
coal
truck
train.
on fire.
Yeah, that's not a trap at all.
I'm just saying, we do have flame.
At the other end of the train, so getting it.
I do have explosives. I can make a big, pretty flash.
Is there a beam of light from the light of the train?
Yeah, it's right in front. It's pointed in front of
We
the.
could go stand in front of the train.
Yeah. It stopped. It's actually. That's actually not like.
The only time that phrase is not a horrible idea.
Whatever.
Not sure about that. Okay, so it's night, correct? That's
Yes.
part of the problem here.
Yes.
So I feel like anything that involves us being somewhere where there aren't walls between us and the dark.
Question. Are there lights in the passenger cars of the train?
Yes. Well, in 1920s, I don't know.
I don't know either.
There would at least be kerosene
Yeah.
lamps.
There would be kerosene lights. So yeah, you have dim light. So yeah, there's
Well, we
that.
could just sit here and watch and see what the fog does.
Yeah, or we could go to the back, and if you want to use explosives to improvise a flashbang,
Boom, boom.
But
As
it'll
you're
be over
discussing,
and
so the
then
four of you were
come
discussing
back.
this.
Don't we still have our flare guns?
yeah, we do. We have unused flare guns, 4 of them.
But you
Yeah.
gotta shine the light perpetually in order to...
But
Right,
a
but
sudden
bigger flashes
flash
pushed it
push
back
it further
further.
away. And you
And
still
it
have your
screamed in
camera.
pain. Yeah,
So we could take pictures, we could shoot it a couple of times.
I'm not going
we
to take
could do-
pictures. I'm just going to burn off flash cubes, or flash powder, or whatever it is. But
Flashbulb problem.
Yeah.
I wonder if I could use explosives to make your little flash cube
Okay,
bigger.
and if that fails, then we can run forward to the light.
yeah,
running towards the light.
Yeah.
All right, as you do that, the four of you are discussing this. You can see 2 men coming from. You're in the middle car, coming from the car in front of you.
Shoot them.
I'm going to spend my
They're still on my
disguise
sword.
points.
Okay.
I want to look like someone else. I want to not look like me.
Okay. Give me that roll.
I'm going to spend all
Are you-
3 of my disguise points.
Okay.
5
Okay.
to not look like me.
Honestly, we don't recognize these men.
Do you guys have disguise points?
Yeah?
That would be a great time to
Are
not
they
look like
looking
you.
for us? Alright, I'll
Look,
spend 3.
I have stealth. Could I hide?
No, I'll spend
They
4.
wouldn't know you yet, hopefully.
I'll spend 3.
Well, I mean,
They might. They tried to attack me.
You
You were
could
a target of
hide.
opportunity.
You'd have to get out of the car, or I mean, not
But,
out of the
it's up
car,
to
but
you.
out of your
I've got 7 on disguise.
There's no way to hide in plain sight, like in the place you're at. You have to move somewhere, like in the they
Really,
have a
we're in a
bathroom.
passenger car. There should
Yeah.
be plenty of places to hide.
Well, right now you're sitting in plain sight, so you'd have to move.
dash to the water closet.
Yeah, you could dash to the water.
Occupied!
I'll do that. I'll spend 2 points of stealth. That'll be a 7.
Okay, so you dash to the water closet. The 3 of you are going there. Not the 3 of you. The 3 of you are staying where you are.
Yeah, but we
you're all.
were in
7
disguise.
disguise.
And what about you? Okay, you're all disguised as different people.
Yeah.
And I'm in the crapper.
We're in good
All right.
shape.
So the 2 men stop at the edge of your car and then peer down to the next car. And they seem to be making a gesture, like they're signaling somebody in the next car, perhaps. And you wait a minute. They are within earshot of you, so if you talk anything other than a whisper, they will hear you. And if you whisper, they're looking around. They're clearly watching. They have their hands in front of their coats. Got hands in front of them, and you can give me. You guys made really good sense trouble checks. Anybody get like a 6 or better?
I got a 6.
You got a 6. You can tell both of them are armed. Both of them clearly have a revolver or a pistol in their waistbands.
Do they look British?
But they're Caucasian. They are.
Okay.
There were Caucasian members of that cult. You were fighting, so there's that. You're in the water closet. You're in fact right next. You're right next to them. So one of them looks in at the water. Well, you can't see through that. But
there is not a window into the water closet. If there's a window into the water closet,
you can see movement in front of it. There's somebody standing in front of the water closet. You can see from the shadows through the door jamb.
I'm going to talk to one.
Bottom of the door.
And he's just standing there.
Yeah. Could just be waiting to use the water closet.
Yeah, are there other people in this car?
There are 3 other people there. They are looking bored, and one of them is actually getting like muttering herself like, "Oh, I can't believe I'm going to be late."
I do have explosives.
No. What do you have in interpersonal skills?
The other 2, one is reading the paper, and the other one is asleep.
So they don't seem
intestinal distress.
No, they're not being hunted by a cult.
That's a good idea.
Why is it not a good idea?
Because they're outside the door.
Well, they know someone's in there.
They might be trying to kill. Actually, they wouldn't necessarily, because when trains stop, they intentionally lock the bathroom doors in the 1920s to prevent people from going on board and not having their tickets.
Okay.
So, as far as they're concerned, it could be empty.
Okay.
I went
Stand on the pot so they can't look at your feet.
kind of say to myself loud enough for people to hear that
it's like an airplane bathroom more than anything else.
It has a full door.
this is connected to other cars, right?
All the cars.
Okay, I'm gonna say to myself loud enough for people to hear. Like, I'm gonna see if I can find out what's going on with the conductor and why we're stalled, so that I can walk forward, and that's where the cultists came from, right? Or did they
came from forward.
Okay, so I'm just gonna not be concerned by them. I'm like, excuse me, I'm just trying to get to the conductor.
As you walk up, you can see that there is a not the conductor, but who would be the guy checking for tickets?
Ticket taker?
Yeah.
Actually, it's called a conductor.
Oh, okay.
Conducting guests to their seats, not conducting the train.
All right. Well, that conductor is... you can see, actually... Margot can see that there are actually 2 other gentlemen at the end of that are both armed and kind of just being casual about not, waiting at the end of each car. And the conductor is moving towards you. He's actually just reached the car in front of you. It's the one that you just entered. And says, sorry, everyone, there's a truck in front of the train. We've stopped. We're going to... some people have seen it, obviously, and it'll be a moment we'll get another truck to pull it off the tracks, and we'll be on our way. It'll just be half an hour to an hour. The 20s, they don't have cell phones.
Somebody's got to walk to somewhere.
Yeah. They're in the countryside. They're not in...
Probably remarkably fast, all things considered.
Yeah. Well, he's probably soft-pedaling it, too, so it's probably going to be more than an hour. But he's just saying that to calm them down. So, as he's doing that, what are you 2 are just waiting? Bill and Melissa?
No, I went with her.
Okay, you're going with her. What about you? You're just waiting?
I'll just wait.
All right. You do hear a knock on it, on the water closet door.
Let's stay dead quiet.
Okay. That's when everyone hears a scream coming from the back. And then another scream. In fact, it sounds like there are several screams coming from the caboose.
I thought you needed to go forward.
So it looks like the thing in the fog has reached the caboose.
It's just an odd phrase.
Yeah. It is. So I can't lie. So at this point, though, the conductor starts rushing towards the back. What's going on back there?
And hear him scream.
And you actually see one of the men that he is rushing by, one of those casually waiting men in the coat, has taken out a knife and is about to stab the conductor. So he doesn't suspect you because you're disguised and you're by yourself. Or actually, no, you're with her. You're with him.
Yeah.
So you see it too. So you can intercept them, or you can just let him stab the conductor and then attack. Or you can just let that happen and run away. I don't know. What do you want to do?
I'll shoot him.
Okay.
I think I'll just warn the conductor, like, he's got a knife.
Okay, he's got a knife. Conductor stops just in time. Let's see if the guy hits him. He won't spend any points. He needs a 3 or better to hit the conductor. Oh, he gets a 1. So he actually he misses the conductor.
And stabs a seat.
Yes, he stabs a seat. So the knife goes wide. So you can shoot. You'll get +1 to this roll. Actually, +2 to this roll because you're basically point blank range. You're like at 3 feet away.
Okay, so I'll.
You're gonna disembowel.
What's your exit strategy?
He just tried to kill the conductor.
Right. So okay.
I guess you could pretend to be like they don't have guns and then the police force. Never mind.
Yeah, I mean, it's.
The conductor does not carry a piece. He is not.
Well, he carries a timepiece.
Yeah, he does not carry it.
I feel like all hell's about to break loose anyway.
You might as well get ambushed.
Yeah, I'm probably going to be launching some explosives from
Totally
my
hits it.
closet.
I will count that as crit. You can do 2d6 minus 1 damage. 2d6 minus 2 damage. All right. 5 damage takes 1 cultist down. So, were you going to do anything else, or were you just yelling at him?
Well, I was just gonna yell,
Yeah, all right.
but I guess now I should shoot.
All right, you weren't quite as ready, so you get your gun out. So the gunshot kind of like everyone hears that from the screaming. So we'll just do this from left to right. So Sean, you hear a gunshot after the scream.
Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to light a stick of dynamite, drop it in the toilet, and walk out
Okay,
the door.
that's on levels of escalation.
What's your exit strategy?
Yeah.
Running.
Okay.
What about
All
us?
right, taking the dynamite out, lighting will take your action.
You're not.
You don't
actually
have
gonna
it
do
like
that, are
in
you?
hand. You have to get it out of your coat pocket, get your lighter out, and light it. So
Okay.
that
Dude,
will
you're
be
gonna
your action.
explode us all.
Yeah,
I'm going to drop it in the toilet and use athletics to bolt out the door
All right.
and run like hell.
What is Margot doing? So that was Patrick doing. What?
How many occultists are in the car right now?
There in your car. There's one. So here, let me.
Oh, okay.
There were 2 until
There
just a
were
second
2.
ago.
All right. I will say this car has. Let's see here. There's
You guys are towards the front of the car.
Engine.
I'm in the back where the toilet is.
car 1.
I don't think Dynamite cares.
I know. Dynamite is.
It's a small stick of dynamite.
All right.
I need to
So.
specify the size of the dynamite.
Yeah.
All right. So I'll say there are 5 cars total. You guys started in car 3. Let's see here. Anne and Melissa are in car 2 right now. Bill and Sean are in car 3.
Mm-hmm.
Car 5 is in. The car 1. Then there's the engine. So 5 cars plus the engine. So that's what's going on right now. And so yeah. So you're in car 2 right now.
Okay.
So what do you?
There are now no living cultists.
There's 1.
Oh, there is one.
Yeah, there were 2 in your thing. She shot 1 in the face. So
I guess I'll aim at the other cultist.
you can shoot him. Yeah, you could. You get a +1 to your roll.
Let's see how much I have in firearms. I'll add 3 to my firearms. Oh, wait. I want to use also 3 points to attack twice my turn.
Yeah, go for it.
So that's 3, and then I'll take another extra 1 for my firearms roll.
Yeah.
And then I get an extra 1.
Yep.
So I'm going to add +2 to my roll.
Yeah,
So 4.
that hits. You can roll again. See if you hit it the second time.
No.
Okay.
Well, actually, what were you adding to that one?
You get a +1 to both attacks. So did you get? What'd you roll? in
She
your
rolled a
second?
1 on
Oh,
the
if you roll a
second.
1, yeah.
Yeah.
Their hit threshold is a 3. So
Well, you were adding 1. I didn't know if you burned any points.
I didn't know if the 1 could add.
you spent 3 to get 2 attacks, but then did you spend any? You didn't say you didn't. You only spent 3 points, right? On your
I spent 3 to go again.
Yeah.
And then 1 to add to the roll.
To well, you can only to which roll? The first one.
The first one.
All right, so you hit the first time. So you roll damage. D6 minus 1.
One.
All right, you wing him. You shoot his ear. He is enraged.
Battle of cultist teams.
He will scuffle. He will try and grab your gun. So he will spend 2 because you shot him, so he really wants to get your gun. And he gets an 8, so he grabs your gun. So he actually, you're wrestling for it, so you can give me a scuffling check to see if he keep your gun.
I'm going to spend my 2 points, so I got 8.
All right, 8. Well, you keep your gun. Actually, you are. It's very dramatic, like wrestling with the gun thing. But you managed to pull it away from him. You're just way too. You're fast. Defender wins ties. So Bill.
Okay, so I'm in car 3. Sean is in the water closet. There's 2 shadowy figures back around there.
Yes.
There are also 2 at the front of that car.
You can kind of see now that you can see with the gun. There were one guy just falls down, and there's someone wrestling with Margot.
Okay, so this is all going on at the back of car 2?
Yes.
All right.
You're in the middle of car 3.
So for getting that 6 on my sense trouble, I got a 2-point refund on my overspend. So I think what I'm going to do, actually, given the situation, is crawl out the window and get on top of the car.
Okay. That would be an athletics check.
Yeah, I'll burn those 2 into athletics.
All right.
Question, by the way, has it been a full 24 hours since the previous night, or?
Yeah.
Okay, so athletics, firearms, etc. had all refreshed.
Yeah. Yeah, you're the only one who'd really done anything.
Well, since troubles.
Well, no. They're just physical.
Physical.
Okay.
No. And preparedness?
No, preparedness is
Okay, so I still have that one checked off. Okay.
You still have a ton of batteries, though.
Right.
At some point,
We can make use of that, my friend. No.
I will spend. I'm gonna go ahead and blow them all. I'll spend 4 on this athletics. I want to make that happen.
Yeah, you get up there. You literally split. And in fact, with that roll, you see there are 2 men standing out by the side of the train. One is on his knee holding a rifle, and the other one, because of the light of the burning truck, you can actually tell it looks a little like Gavigan.
Weird.
Yeah.
So are they on the side I climbed up, or the other side?
They're on the side you climb up on, but you're on top of the train.
I'm gonna hit the top of the train then.
Yeah. You get down. Because the guy with the rifle was kind of waiting for someone to get out of the train.
Yeah.
Weird. So Melissa, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna shoot the guy that she's scuffling with.
Yeah. No, go for it. No bonus this time because now they're in hand-to-hand combat, so that kind of thing.
Right. So I'm gonna spend 3.
All right. You will hit.
So 7.
Yeah, you hit.
Spending 3 was a hit.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, good.
They're not super tough guns. You only shot once though, so it's only D6. So 3 damage. He's shot in the gut. He's barely hanging on. So that was his action. So now the cultists act. The 2 outside the water closet. One is going to make an athletics check to try and open the water closet, just to batter it down. He needs a 5. He actually needs a 4 because he's spending 1 point. He doesn't. The other one sees Bill climbing out, and he's going to chase after you by climbing up out another window.
Hit him on the head.
Well, he's climbing out another window.
He spent 1. He gets a 6, so he gets up right after you.
Okay.
But he's at the end of the train, so he's like 20, 30 feet away. So that's what those 2 do. The rifleman will shoot you, but he has been, long shot, so he needs a 6.
And I'm like flat on the roof of the train.
Yeah, he needs a natural 6. This is what he's spending 1, so it's really but he gets a 6.
Damn luck.
This is a D6, straight
Gangster
D6.
vest.
So you get your gangster vest bonus, but it is so 2 points before any armor. Minimum of 1
so
point.
1.
Yeah. Ow. It grazes off your gangster vest.
Yep.
So,
Totally gangsta.
Gavigan does something you can't really tell.
How far away are they?
They're at least 100 feet away.
And that's a bummer.
Yeah, way out of pistol range. Unless you could negate it by kneeling and aiming for a round, but that would probably
being flat on the top of the train and taking up a...
Yeah, well, you'd still be aiming, because again, it's a pistol.
Yeah, aiming is aiming, but I'm not going to get up to do it, because...
Let's see here. More things are happening, but more screams are coming from the thing. But yeah, new round. All right.
My turn.
You've lit the dynamite.
Is there a window?
Sure.
Okay, I'm going to...
Tiny little window.
Can I spend a point of explosives to have done it time set?
No, it's a fuse. With the point of explosives, you can know how long you have.
Okay, point of explosives. How long do I have?
I would say you probably weren't... Yeah, I'd say 10 seconds. 10, 15 seconds, something along those lines.
Okay, so athletics check to get out the window and run as fast as I can.
All right. So you can get out the window, but it's at the top, so you'll fall unless you climb on top. Yeah, so
Climbing on top wouldn't help with a couple...
No, it wouldn't. So you just fall to the ground. So it would be about you take a d6 minus 1 damage from falling onto the train track, or the side of the train tracks, basically. Because you'd be falling basically from the top of the train at this point.
Well, about 2/3 of the way up. But
yeah, 2/3 of the way up. They're elevated. So you can do that. And then if you get a really good athletics check... if you get a really good athletics check, you can hit the ground running.
Okay, I'll spend 5.
All right. You're really motivated.
And that'll be 9.
All right. I'll say you still take a point of damage as you tear and cut yourself, because the window really is too small for you.
So that's on the health points?
Yeah. But you land and hit the ground running.
Another athletics check to keep running?
That's your round. This is happening. So next round, at the end of the next round, before the cultists act, it will blow up. So you get one more action before it blows up.
Sounds good.
How much dynamite were you using, sir?
You just said one stick.
Yeah.
So one stick will blow a hole in it. And
that cultist outside the door is going to have a really bad day.
Yeah, he is. All right. So the cultist is still... He tried to grab your gun last turn. He is going to be very rude and just... actually, you get to act first. So what are you going to do?
So, was I able to wrestle it away,
Yes.
or I just kept
No,
it
you kept it from him. So you still have the gun.
And he's shot in the gun now, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's still hanging on.
Okay. What's the difference between, hitting someone with the butt of the gun and shooting them damage-wise?
One's firearms, the other's weapons.
Using the pistol as a weapon would be a d6 minus 1. Using your fist is d6 minus 2.
I guess I'll shoot him.
Okay, yeah.
I'll put 3 points into it.
You hit.
Just 6.
All right.
3.
You kill him. He falls to the ground. Gut shot again. So you've killed 2. There's screaming all over the place at this point.
Everyone is upset.
Wow. The spirit of Monsignor Killjoy lives on.
Weird.
Imagine that.
So, Bill, you're on the roof of the car.
So what I really would love to do, and I'm not sure if I can pull the timing off for this, but hopefully, just as the cultist is at the apex of pulling himself up onto the roof, I'd really love to plug him one. And
he pulled himself. He got a 6 on his athletic check, so he pulled himself out. But he hasn't.
Shoot him as he's doing that.
Okay, well, go ahead and make it.
In the hopes of spoiling his ability to climb up. So I'll go ahead
When you
and
be shot.
yeah. So a 9.
All right, you do. All right. Go ahead and roll damage.
Between the eyes.
All right, 4 points of damage. Honestly, he falls off. So the fall will kill him. So you've killed the second cultist. Good job.
And are the train cars flat or rounded on top?
Rounded.
Okay, I'm going to scoot my way across the...
All right, give me an athletics check if you want to do that in the same round. You shot and you're moving at this point.
Okay, that's just what I'll be getting ready to do.
You shot.
Okay.
The guy with the rifle, he's way far away. You're fine. One thing at a time.
Really?
Melissa, what are you going to do?
Okay, so to be clear, they're screaming people. We just killed 2 cultists.
Yeah.
We don't see any other cultists, right?
You've heard gunshots outside. You heard a gunshot outside of it. You're pretty sure. Or not a pistol. That was definitely too loud to be a pistol coming from outside.
Ask where the fog is up to.
Yeah, you could spend this round to get us basically figure out what's going on.
Okay.
All right, so give me a sense trouble check.
I'll spend 2. So 4.
4 is enough because they're not being super subtle.
You think? The flaming truck?
The fog has totally swallowed up car 5, the last card, and is moving up on car 4.
Good timing.
Yeah.
It's not going to like that.
Yeah. But you see, there are 2 guys from car 1, and they are looking in at you. And one of them has some kind of rifle or shotgun or something not larger than pistol size, aiming down the hall at you 2. Which is bad.
I can't shoot this round, can I?
You can get out of the way. You can warn both of you. Get behind cover.
Okay.
Get down!
Yeah, so he will need a 5 to hit you as he fires. But he gets a 5. Both of you are peppered with buckshot.
Ow!
It is a d6 minus 2 because it's a long range and you have some cover. Actually, I should roll this for each one of you. So, and you take 1 point of damage. You will take 1 point of damage away. So it cuts you in a few places, but you barely feel it.
Right.
So that was a shotgun. So there's 2 more. It looks like those are the last 2. And there's also you see Gavigan and a rifleman outside, about 100 feet away from the train. And the rifleman's aiming something. Gavigan is just like waving his hands around. What's that about? Yeah.
Shoot him.
Anyway, let's see here. Oh yeah, the
Cultist outside the door.
Cultist outside the door.
Fails.
But and the other one was shot. So yeah, he fails. He is still battering his way in. All right. Let's see here. And the rifleman's going to take a shot at Bill.
Yep. Does he still... What does he need?
He needs a 5.
How has it changed?
You haven't moved. You're not moving. You were a moving target last round. It's a 5.
Seriously?
I'm giving you a new die.
Yeah. But only 1 point of damage. You're getting winged a lot. So you take a
armor.
You take a point of damage. It's still impact. It still hurts. It still bruises.
Do I get
It's
to
a
run
rifle
little
bullet
bit
that
further?
hit you, Bill. You could be a lot worse.
Do I get to run a little bit further before Boomy?
Now this is the time. It is now your action.
So I will spend 5 athletics to
Run really fast.
All right.
That'll be 7.
All right. What direction are you running? You can run towards. I assume you want to. You can run to. If you want to run directly away from the thing in the fog, that's towards the front of the train. You could run to the side, but that will be towards Gavigan
And the rifle.
and the rifleman. Who will, well, now that they'll see you, the rifleman will probably start shooting you because you're a much easier target to hit.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I'm running towards the front of the train.
All right, you're running directly away from the explosion. Good man. Let's see here. What is Margot doing? And
I guess I'm shooting the other cultists.
all right, there are 2 cultists up front. You could try. You are sort of pinned down. They're actually one of them. Only one of them is saying. You see, there's one guy behind him, but he has moved off to the side, so you don't see him anymore. But you can shoot the guy with the shotgun. So you can give me an attack roll.
Okay. I'm the point.
You need a 4. That hits. You're just so excited about using dynamite.
4 minus 1, right?
Yes. 3 points of damage. Ow. He is wounded. But he's got 1 barrel left, so...
Crud.
You were going to shoot me over the side.
Yeah, I guess I'll just go over
the side away from
Yeah.
Gavin. All right.
There is no way I would know that is the thing I need to do.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, you haven't told anyone you put
running
dynamite
from
in
the
it.
rifleman.
He is. He's getting the train
Over
between. He's getting the train between him.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
let's
doing.
say no. I am flat on top of the roof. My best bet would be to rise up into silhouette and start running.
Bad idea.
Yeah.
That's
That's a much easier shot for the rifleman. And he's a good rifleman, too, apparently. So,
I mean, tell me how along the top of a train running perpendicular to the rifleman's line of fire I'm supposed to go serpentine to be harder to hit.
Yeah. All right, so Bill, you spend this entire round. You don't have to make an athletics check if you just want to slide off. And you want to slide to the ground, or you just want to slide onto the side, or get on the side, rounded side. So you're.
I think I just want to be on the top because I will allow myself enough metagame to say, no, I don't want to be climbing down the side of the train when it explodes, just in case it goes over.
Okay.
I'd rather be thrown clear than be under it.
All right, fair enough.
I'm going to allow myself that much self-preservation.
All right, so you get on the side of the train. So you're he can't hit you. You blocked his line of sight, so good job. What is Melissa doing?
I'm shooting at the cultist.
All right, give me a roll.
I'm going to add... I will add 1. Oh, good.
You totally hit him. Roll for damage.
Okay.
You kill him, too.
Oh, good.
Falls down. You're still one barrel left. And that's when it explodes. The dynamite explodes.
So the guy at the door, when he tries to slam it the third time...
Yeah.
Kaboom!
Yes. He is shredded by the shrapnel from that is now... The door become basically wooden shrapnel. And
what happens to the fog creeping up?
The fog goes back. It stays at the fourth car. It was brief. It was very bright, but it was very brief. You punched a big hole in it. Bill, give me an athletics check to hold on.
So what about the poor innocent people in the car?
6.
No problem.
All right, you hold on. You're
It's like he could sense something bad was about to happen.
It's only one stick of dynamite, so it doesn't just...
No, I didn't. You did this to us without telling anyone you were going to do it.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, congratulations, putting the entire rest of the party in mortal danger.
Actually, yeah.
Cool.
Anyway, so the rifleman and the Gavigan see you, and so the rifleman's going to take a shot. You are a moving target, so he needs a 4 or better to hit you. You're much closer than...
He'd need a 4 or better anyway.
Yeah.
That's my hit threshold.
Yeah, he doesn't have any modifiers now, because it's just a straight roll. He spent 1. Oh, sorry, I should have said that. He's a sniper, so he does do that. And he inflicts 4 points of damage. It's your gut shot with a rifle. It's a rifle. It does just a straight D6.
Okay.
That pistols do D6 minus 1. And Gavigan. Let's see if Gavigan succeeds. He succeeds. All right.
What does Gavigan do?
He is.
Don't we wish we knew?
He is casting a spell on the only target that's available to him.
I'm in a bad day, dude.
He was casting a Bill, but Bill
disappeared.
I did just blow up a train, so I kind of feel like this is fair.
You blew
a hole in the side of the train.
Let's see here. What is your current stability?
Me?
Yeah.
6.
All right.
No, wait. No. Sorry. Wrong number. 10.
10. Okay. He's a 3. All right, he gets a 3 or better. So,
I think we need to give Ross different dice. They're getting exactly what he needs every time.
I'm sorry. All right, you lose. However, it was a minimum possible success. You only lose 1 health point, but you also lose 1 health rating point.
So I'm down total.
Goes down.
Yes. You feel a powerful pain, like your heart is being pulled into itself. Your skin, it's like a black hole is formed inside of you and is just tearing your flesh.
Total eclipse is the heart.
No, wait. Ross.
No, I wasn't going to say.
Is it tearing him apart?
Yeah, it is tearing him apart. Twist of arm. You look down and you can see from the hole made by the rifle that your skin is blackening on the inside. So that is definitely a stability check too. And this is a mythos shock, so you will lose a point of sanity regardless.
6.
So you just lose a point of sanity as you realize he just spoke and chanted at you, and suddenly you were hemorrhaging and that much closer to death. So that's bad, but fortunately your fight or flight response is still going on. So it's your action now. You can, if you make a successful athletics check, you can get to the front of the train, or you could go between 2 cars and get full cover
That's what I'm going to do.
All right, athletics check.
1.
Ooh.
You didn't have any points left?
Nope.
Okay. I will say...
running away from the boom boom.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you sink away.
Yeah, I know.
I'll say you could either be caught out in the open, or you could, as you're going over the link between the two cars, you could trip and just fall and take a point of damage. But
do that.
All right, you trip and fall. So,
Gravel.
Yeah, and so you weren't carrying anything because you had to use both hands to climb out. So you're fine in that regard. So yeah, that's your action. You're not dead. Good job. And they can't see you, so they'll have to move. So, Anne, what are you doing?
Is that one guy still out of sight?
Yes.
Did the 2 people we killed that are near us have weapons?
Yes, you could spend this round searching and grab them. Well, you know that the one guy had a knife, but the other one didn't draw any weapons.
Oh, okay.
You
So
can
the
tell
rifleman is like up in front of us.
Yes.
But we know which
He
side
has a
he's
shot.
on because I saw him earlier.
Yeah, he's in car 1.
So if we want to bail, we know which way to go.
What do you mean, bail?
Get out.
Get
escape.
out of the train.
Well, you also
Well,
and
she
you
saw
see
Gavigan, right?
you
Yeah.
also see
So-
Gavigan. Yes, and the fact is they are not focused on you right now, and because from the relative safety of the darkness of the train car, you could actually aim this round and then shoot them with a bonus next round.
So even with a pistol, they would be within range?
It would be a long range, but you can negate the penalty by aiming this round. By basically getting in by the window, bracing yourself, and just lining up the sights.
Okay. Well, it's not my...
It's 100 feet away. It's not
Can
impossible
we
to do it.
situate it so we both are shooting like on a signal at the same time?
Yeah, you could talk to each other, just like on 3, 1, 2, bang. You know.
Okay.
All right, so both of you are gonna. All right,
Yeah.
I assume you're focused on Gap again. Mm-hmm. Weird. So, Bill, you notice the Patrick running and falling down.
The Patrick.
While you don't see anything else, you actually see another guy up ahead at car 1 climbing up.
Okay.
So
What kind of landscape are we passing through?
it's pastoral farmland.
Trees?
There are scattered trees.
Okay.
There's a glen nearby. I'll say.
From what I saw over the top, would there be any?
There's a
way-
village in the distance too.
Would there be any way to approach Gavigan's position without giving myself totally away?
He's actually on open ground right now. But if you went around the other side of the train, you could get to in front of the engine and just peer at him. So you'd be at an angle. But
I don't want to shoot. I want to actually.
Oh, you want to get close enough to do hand to hand. So
Yeah. I realize it'll probably take a long time, but I just.
there
I
is
wanna know
grassland
if I
behind
saw-
him. Yeah, actually,
is there any way I can get that approach?
if you run around behind the burning truck and then sneak behind that way, that would be totally behind him. You wouldn't have peripheral view. So as long as you made your stealth checks, you would be able to do that.
Okay.
So you
Yeah, I'm just.
So you have to get down. So and run up. You have to basically jump on the side of the train, run up all the way past the
Okay.
burning truck, and then All right. So give me an athletic check to see how far you get.
Okay. Don't suppose this would be an appropriate time to use fleeing instead.
I would have left fleeing. It's just running.
All right, I'll just spend 1, just rich it up a little bit.
Sure.
I want to keep a couple of those in reserve, but it doesn't help at all.
All right. Well, you spent 1 so you don't fall.
Yeah.
So you get down and you
Get down!
You just slam it like, oh wow. You feel a little unsteady. So
Yeah,
you
took it in the knees. Shouldn't have done that.
Yep. So both of you aim. But the other guy who was on the roof did see you jump down because he is. You see that he is. Let's see. He needs a 3 or better. He get down on the train. He's going to jump
Get down on the ground.
Yeah, he's going to get in front of you.
He's us?
No, he saw Bill jump.
The other guy actually climbed up on top.
Is he on the car above us though?
You don't know. You can't see.
Can we hear if someone's on the roof?
Oh yeah, with sense trouble checks you could. If you make a sense trouble check of 4 or
Are
better,
we
you
going
can
to
hear
shoot
him.
him?
There's been gunfire and
Well, I just
explosions.
didn't know if we knew where he. We don't know where he went, but
Yeah.
if we heard him, we know he's on the roof, and that we maybe don't have to worry about him.
That's true.
Right.
All right,
That's why I was
you need a 4 or better. There was an explosion.
Am I
Take care
allowed
of the
to
guy
roll
with the
now?
shotgun?
Yeah, it's just sense trouble.
Is he still out and about?
Oh, I had a point.
All right, he falls, Bill.
Okay.
Actually,
So he'll be be on the ground prone. He'll lose his
I'm gonna
rank
add
next
2
action.
points because if I overshoot, I can add it to my pool.
Yeah.
4 of them.
So I got 4.
Okay.
All right, you get 4. You know, you could hear someone in car 1 on the roof, and then you actually see someone fall from the roof of car 1 onto the ground. And
Did I ever shoot at all?
Huh? What?
Did I ever shoot on my roll?
Not yet. This was just you to figure out where the other cultists
Oh, no,
are.
because I can. If I spend more than I need, I can put it.
I think that's just the initial round. I think that's just the ambush round. That's just to avoid ambushes and things.
Okay.
I don't think it's like a part of an ongoing thing. We can look it up later, but I'll just say that I think for now it's just a plus.
Okay.
So let's see here. So he's there. All the other cultists are dead, I think. So the rifleman doesn't have a target. So he is going to basically ready in action to shoot someone. And Gavigan is going to start chanting again. Actually, the rifleman sees you fall down, so he actually stands up and starts walking towards your position. Which you don't see because
sees him fall down from with the train in between him.
No, Patrick was running in between the train cars, and when you got over the
that's
link,
Bill's point.
well, he could hear you fall down, so you tripped.
Ah,
Yeah,
Screaming.
yeah,
Gunfire.
no, that wasn't screaming. That was dubiousness.
yeah. Well, anyways, he saw him where he went, and he is approaching that position.
Okay, so what? You were going between the train cars?
Yeah.
So you did have to climb up, essentially, to get over the linkage.
And I tripped over
That's
that.
what
Yeah.
he tripped on.
That's a pretty clear silhouette.
Okay.
Yeah,
He knows there's someone there-ish.
yeah.
Well, and you
At least
saw
for
which
right now.
direction he went in general, because he
Yeah,
shot
yeah.
him right before that.
Yeah.
And so
Well-
he is he is walking after you. He's not running blindly into your position.
Okay.
Works for me.
And Gavigan is chanting again.
Is he within range of
Stop.
firearms?
Well, now's your action. You are on the ground. You are face down right now since you were running forward. And so, what are you going to do? You don't see you. If you give me sense trouble check, you can hear the footsteps behind you. You need a 4 or better. Yeah, you hear someone's walking up behind you. You can't tell exactly how far they are.
So would I have time to
But you
shoot
don't-
him?
You could pop up and shoot him, but he would probably shoot you, and you'd basically be shooting each other at the same time. I mean, he's aiming his gun at your position. As soon as he sees you, he's going to shoot. So you would be shooting each other.
So he's walking with the rifle like this,
Yeah.
not just like this.
right. He wants to kill you.
You could crawl under a car.
What?
Crawl under the car. You're
You
already
could
on the
crawl,
ground.
or you could just try and scrabble up and get beat. Yeah, you could run farther away because he's walking, so he is not taking.
I'll try to run further away.
You can use fleeing if you have any points.
I don't, and it's a 1, so I fail.
Okay, you can get up. So he will be able to shoot you this round since he is following fast. You are, being very slow. But that'll be on his action. So let's see here. Anne and Melissa.
shooting.
You can shoot. All right, you can shoot. It's you need a 4 or better to hit him. You want to? Or yeah.
6.
All right.
That was very enthusiastic.
All out of firearms.
Is that a natural 6?
Yes.
All right. Did you spend any points on that?
No, I have
Okay.
points.
All right.
I just got 4, but you said it was 4, right?
Yes.
I mean,
Okay.
2, yeah.
All right, both of you can roll damage. D6 minus 1.
1.
Okay, 1 point and then 4 points. All right, yeah, she takes 5 points. Gavigan is shot twice. Ugh. He staggers back, and
The spell
No
is
mage
broken.
armor this
And then we
time.
immediately
no.
duck our
Well, not every mage has that.
Not every magic user has 160.
And he yells at the rifleman to deal with the 2 shooters in there. So the rifleman is going to stop and, let's see here. He gets down on the ground, gets prone. He doesn't have any cover, so he is going to get on the ground. Bill, what are you going to do?
How far away is the one that fell on the ground?
You're at. He was at the end of car 1, so you're at car 3, or you just started.
I was
moving
at the front.
Yeah, car 3.
Car 3.
So there's
basically just car 2 in between us. Okay.
So he fell down.
Can I get to him on my action?
If you make a good athletics check or fleeing check.
Okay. Yeah.
You can charge attack him, basically.
Okay.
Coming at you, bro.
Yeah. Also, could I spend preparedness?
To do what? To have a weapon?
Handcuffs.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Totes.
2 pairs?
2 pairs, yeah.
All right. I'll go ahead and burn those 2 points of fleeing.
Yeah.
So fleeing is 3, so that's kind of rough.
Yeah.
I'm going to dive for it, see if I can get at least one of them on.
All right. I'd allow that, yeah. You would be at disadvantage if you failed, but yeah. It would be scuffling or weapon.
Here's the preparedness.
Okay.
5
Oh, yeah,
for 2
definitely.
pairs.
Yeah,
So, what do I need to do to finish it off?
Scuffling or weapons.
Okay, I'll spend 2 scuffling.
All right.
That's just 3.
No, it's they are called. Let me double check.
You get it like on one ankle. The handcuff.
You actually open it and use it as a slasher.
Hit threshold.
Yeah, the hit threshold for a cultist. Actually, screw it. Yeah, I'll say you do it. You get it on him. You get the handcuffs on him. You're on the actually, but you dive on the ground. You slam pretty hard. So I'll say that's a point of damage.
Yeah.
So you're and I'll just say you're winning. That's your thing. Like you got it on there.
Yeah, his hands are behind his back, so that.
So
I mean, he'll have to work to get up to kick me.
Let's see here. The thing in the fog has reached car 3 now. The explosion is, the light. It has recovered from the light.
And I'm up at the juncture between 1 and 2.
Yeah. The rifleman actually. Let's see. He's going to make an athletics check to
run away from the fog.
He makes it. What car were you to? Car 2, right?
Yeah, we're in car 2.
He gets up, jumps up in the linkage between 2 carts, sees you 2, and is going to fire at the rifle. Just a snapshot. As he is going to protect his boss. Weird.
Really covered 100 feet really fast.
Wait, he's at the juncture between 1 and 2?
He made his athletics check.
Which is where I am.
Yeah. You fell
over it.
Yeah, you fell.
But I'm standing up now.
Yeah, he assumed you ran away. He doesn't see you. You actually got up and got around the corner.
Okay, I'm going to shoot him next turn then.
You're going to have to get up there to do it.
Yeah. Well, he saw the gun.
No.
You are partially covered.
Okay.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He needs a 5 or better, but he will spend his last point of firearms to get a 4.
Actually making a reasonable choice as far as a shooting.
So he gets a 4. So both you roll. The lowest one is the one he shoots.
What if they tie?
All the dice.
3.
All right, he will shoot Anne.
Yeah, I think
just 1 point of damage. You're winged. He is just winging people tonight.
Okay,
those are all mine.
3.
But you can,
Actually, I think that one might be yours. Though.
which one? The yellow one?
No, that one. This one.
Well, if they're just white, that's fine. I have a ton of them.
Okay, but I took 3 out of my bag at the
I
beginning
know.
of the night.
I think I've been using them, and they've slowly been migrating. But I'm
I
sure that
took a
was one.
bunch of mine out, but anyways, again, that's
White
fine.
dice, whatever.
Yeah.
So bullet whizzes by you. He cannot score a decent hit. He can hit, but he can't follow through. Gavigan's chanting, and
Isn't Gavigan on the ground?
he is on the ground. He started chanting again. That's his action. Yeah. It takes him rounds to cast spells. Anyways.
Okay.
So it's your turn. Yeah, the rifleman has changed targets.
I am going to shoot him because I can see him, and it's
You sure
practically
can.
point blank.
Yes.
But I'm going to spend 3 points of firearms anyway
All right.
for 8.
All right.
He be blasted.
That is I'll say that's critical. That's double his hit threshold. So it's 2d6 minus 2.
So that's going to be 7.
7 damage. That will kill him. So
Woohoo!
you plug him in the.
Firing on Gav again.
Yeah. So Gavigan will be a 5 to hit because he is
Oh man.
Prone.
and you're at long range. So you can both shoot though. Actually, both of your pistols are empty. I would imagine.
Can we grab the rifles? There's 2
Yeah.
rifles in this car now.
There's a shotgun. There's a shotgun and a rifle. You'd have to spend the round to go and get them though.
Don't. buy
They're on the other side of the car. They're on the other side of the car, so you can do that, or you can reload.
Yeah.
Gavigan
You go grab the rifle and I'll reload.
No one's shooting at you, and you don't have line of sight to get. If you just go on lie on the ground, you can reload without him being able to see you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Depending on the spell.
Yeah, depending on the spell. You don't know what he can cast.
I mean, some of them, yeah.
Well,
All right, so I'm going to drop down and reload. Right.
He just knows.
Well, you shot him, so he saw you. Like he knows that you're shooting.
He saw the general direction.
Yeah. He knows there's
so
two
I'll drop
shooters.
down and reload.
Okay. I'll drop down and crawl over to the rifle.
Okay, you get the rifle this time.
The rifle has 2 shots.
The shotgun had 2 shots. It was a double barrel shotgun. Okay. There's also a lever action rifle. You don't know how many rounds are left in it.
Can she grab the ammo off the body?
You'd have to spend another round searching for it.
Oh, in addition to what I'm doing now.
Yeah. Grabbing the rifle,
grab the rifle.
all right, you grab the rifle. Let's see. Bill, you're recovering. You're like,
Yeah, I'm winded.
Yeah, the guy is screaming about the Black Pharaoh killing you. You know, you know that kind of, what cultists say. Melissa, what are you doing?
Well, I already reloaded, so I'm going to pop up and shoot at Gavigan.
All right, you need a 5.
I have no more points to spend, so we're going to really hope that I miss.
It goes wide.
Yeah.
All right. He finishes his chant, and since you stood up to shoot, give me, what is your stability?
My stability is currently at 6.
Okay. Let's see here. He needs a 5. He fails, actually.
Good. Fine.
Yeah.
Totally fine.
Something almost happens, but it doesn't.
Yeah. He was outfitted. I mean,
but actually,
he
you
just
look
got shot
up.
at again. It's been rough.
It's
hard to
Something almost
concentrate.
happened.
Something almost happens, but you do see the creature
This
in the
seems
fog.
like it could be a
is,
commercial with 2 bathtubs.
the thing in the fog has gotten to car 3 and is approaching car 2.
I'm nervous.
It's moving faster now, it seems like.
I could always throw another
Gaining
stick
energy?
of dynamite at it.
Yeah, like it's been feeding on a lot of people. Weird. So it will. So new round.
Assuming if we kill Gavigan, it'll disappear, hopefully.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So, what are you gonna do?
I mean, it's a good thing to do anyway. Hopefully, we'll reap
Right.
some extra
Yes.
benefits from it.
Yeah.
How far can I throw a stick of dynamite?
It depends on your athletics check.
Probably not 100 feet.
Not 100 feet. Definitely not. If you
Well, no.
if you run and throw it, you could.
My
reach 100
hope
feet.
is to throw it far enough that it's bright enough to push it further back again.
I'm at Gavigan.
Oh yeah. You could.
I'm thinking about the big.
What car are you at? You're at car 2?
I'm at the juncture between 1 and 2.
All right. You could. It's at car 3 now, so it's only a car away from you, basically. So you could definitely reach car 3.
Throwing it?
The front of car 3, yeah.
And
If you make a good athletics check.
would an explosives check work?
To do what?
Throwing it?
No, it's athletics. Explosives
Athletics
is.
throwing.
You can make an explosives check to make sure the wick is at the right length, or that you're not going to blow up. It's not going to blow up in your hand, or it's not going to blow up a minute later, or that it's going to be more powerful. You could use it to basically say you prep this to be more powerful than usual.
Can I use explosives to make it specifically directional so it only goes in the direction of
Not while
said
throwing it.
beastie?
I mean, it's a stick of dynamite. It's
No,
not-
like maybe jerry-rig some sort of like Roman candle
Sure.
system.
You could. It would take you time, though.
You could just fire your flare gun at it.
There's also that.
All right, yeah.
Why don't I just fire the flare gun?
All right, you
Firearms?
spend- yes.
Firearms it is. I'll spend...
You need a 4. Base. That's before you spend any points.
I'll spend 2. I'll get 8.
All right, you hit there. You're aiming at the end of car 2, or
No. At the fog.
at the fog. Okay.
He fires a flare gun at the darkness.
Okay. It with an 8, it doesn't just sail through it, so it sticks on something in the train. So it stays there, is what I'm saying. So it pushes it back out of the way. So the fog actually retreats and actually starts going off to the side.
Nope.
So it's like water. It's just going around the obstacle. So you've delayed it for a round.
That's something.
Yeah.
I mean, it might give us time to kill Gavigan.
Reload and do another one.
All right.
I wonder if I
Try
can
to
spend
create a
explosives
barrier.
to
What about Margo?
Why
What
don't you
is
do
the
that?
adventurous doing?
So,
I feel
is
like
my
that's
rifle?
a horrible
Do I have the
choice.
rifle now?
Yes, you have the rifle.
So I will try to shoot Gavian.
All right, give me a roll. You
That'd be
need
good.
5. All right.
That's a sad day.
You miss. The gut shot goes slightly wide. The rifle is covered in blood, which makes it harder to use.
Slippy.
Rip it off.
Which is gumming up a little bit.
Shake it
So,
off.
and you check and you realize that was the last round in it.
Of course.
Well, if you made a 5, it would have hit. It's just,
Horrible monster.
So, Bill, you've recovered.
Yeah. Oh, what do I need to choke out this cultist?
Don't roll a 1 on a scuffling check.
Okay.
All right, you choke him out.
Yeah.
Good job.
Are you on the
That's
same
your
side of
round.
the
That's your
train as
action.
me?
Like,
Yeah.
so,
Yeah, we're on the far side of the train from Gavigan.
yeah.
So,
Melissa.
I'm dragging him.
All right, I'm
forward
gonna
into
try
light.
shooting Gavigan again.
All right. You need a 5.
I know.
Ooh.
It worked.
All right, roll damage.
natural 6.
Oh
nice.
wow! Right, yeah, you put him one right in between his his forehead. It falls down. The thing in the fog actually almost immediately dissipates, just as you can hear sirens in the distance. It seems like the klaxons in the distance. So, congratulations! This is how the London chat. You all regain 1 sanity for killing a dangerous cultist.
Woohoo!
That was all the sanity that I lost.
Well, you would have lost one for the thing in the fog. Actually, you would have lost another one for seeing the thing in the fog, Gavin, already, because it's a very horrible mythos monster thing. But
Displace her peace now.
yeah.
I'm gonna give them
So at that point, the authorities, quickly bundle you in blankets and take you off.
Are they giving us first aid?
They will give you first aid. You will be restored to full health.
Yeah. Ross is not a horrible monster. Ross
This
is
is the
a
end of the chapter.
benevolent monster.
You get to the port by dawn, refusing to give your story. Actually, I would say you all flee before the authorities get there, finding a car and just driving off, and then getting on a boat before they can question you, because you were heavily armed. You just shot a bunch of people,
Right.
and
raises
you
the
had dynamite. So there are many questions left for the
An
London
Irishman
authorities.
with dynamite makes
Yeah.
people raise eyebrows.
Yeah, so you escape before the authorities show up, but you manage to get on board a ship heading off. So you managed before the rest, whatever remnants left, because El Said was still there. So he's now the leader of the Black Brotherhood in London, whatever's left of it. But Gavigan's last gambit to kill you failed. And yeah, congratulations.
Instead, we killed him.
So before you, you managed to recover your full health on your trip back, on your trip. But as you book your tickets to Mombasa, and
I fixed you. You got healed and 1 sanity back.
Okay.
you do actually there is. We'll talk about this after recording. So, question, comment, suggestions. This was the end of the chapter of
Oh, I
London.
had one thing.
Yeah,
At some point, when the other two are busy,
yeah.
you and I are having a serious talk about what we do without letting other people know.
Yeah.
If you pull a stunt like that again, you won't have to worry about cultists. I mean, strictly in character.
No, I'm fine.
But yeah, in character, if you do that again, totally blowing you away.
It is kind
Fair
of,
enough.
It is dangerous to play with dynamite. So you that will end the chapter, everybody, and you gain 1 sanity for killing the cult leader.
Yay!
But you lost one for seeing the thing in the fog, so you
Sanity.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I fixed
she
your
already did
sanity.
it all.
Okay.
I did both your health and your sanity.
Thank you.
your stability will recover a little bit on your long ocean journey.
Yeah, me too. I think we all do.
Well, I only lost a point.
All right, so we'll pick up with a new chapter.
Any experience?
Everyone can gain 1 investigative ability point or 2 general ability points, and you refresh everything, obviously.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, sweet.
But you gain, you do get a little bit of experience. So, all right, we'll see you guys next time.